Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls IV, and when I am done here, no academic throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Welcome back, everybody. We have begun to journey through the realm of the Dreamlands. An adventure across a plane nearby the material, adjacent to it, intersecting even in some places, but one that is very much not our home with which we are familiar. There are strange things here. And last week, we arrived in a forest of incomprehensible proportions. We battled strange horse-faced lizards atop leaves dozens of feet across, bearing our weight. We tumbled through the boughs as these small, invisible, glowing, fey creatures of the light cackled above us, and one of our number disappeared almost immediately. Shortly after arriving in the woods, trying to get a grasp of your situation, Marius, you barely felt, well, I can't really say the ground under your feet so much as the bark. Looking around, had just noticed the shapes of these draconic beasts lying in wait. But the world seemed to spin around you. As you came out from the darkness of the stairway that led from the end of your ritual back in the waking world, the portal that brought you here into the dream, you felt as if something was amiss, as if somehow it failed to fully manifest, as if you were desynchronized somehow from your surroundings. And just as you pointed out this creature to your allies, saw it meet your gaze, and them turn to ready for battle, you felt yourself fall. Not over the side of this branch, not down through the forest, but into a blank void, perhaps as much floating as it is falling. The world spinning around you, fading away once more to blackness, until you felt yourself waking up. Hard ground underneath you, solid like brick or concrete. It was chill, but not cold. The area around you was dark, but you saw some dim light coming from what looks like the end of an alley that you must have woken up in. You have no recollection of this place.
Do I hear anything around me?
Voices. A couple of them coming from the same direction of the light, what looks like a road of some kind. It sounds like only a couple, not much travel and not many figures passing, but also fading into the distance, you hear a strange, grumbling roar. A very consistent tone that seems to go on forever as it gets quieter and quieter.
It's very strange. I guess I'd start carefully walking toward... Oh, I was about to say walking toward the light, and then I heard myself saying that. And maybe I shouldn't walk toward the light.
Don't say that.
As you pick yourself up off of the ground, you feel something tumble off of your head. And you look down and see a hat. It's a cylindrical cap. Very well machined. It's perfectly made. Blue with a thin, black hardened bill and a strange sort of height, a design like you've never really seen before. As you look at it and look down at your own arms, you see you are not wearing the clothes, the armor that you had on when you went into the dream, but something else entirely. You have what appears to be a blue jacket drawn over a white undercoat of similar, incredibly fine make. And Scott. Since everyone has at least one, a new option for me can be done. MD gets a bless to ease his world of madness and stress. Before I hand this to you, I should mention real quick, we're changing how these work a little bit to make them a wee bit more punchy. In the back of each of these cards, there are 4 effects based on what kind of damage you're doing. This one, for instance, has bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and bomb or spell that would determine what your card actually does. Instead of that, when we trigger a bless on a big natural 20 hit, I don't care what kind of damage you do. They're going to look at all 4 of them and pick whichever one is the coolest. So we're going to make these a little bit more sauced. And similarly, when Bane's trigger, I'll take a look at all 4 options on a card and decide which one is the worst. So, I won't give you this one. I'll give you the next one in the deck.
That was a good one.
So here you
Just
go.
trying to enhance the vision.
So these should be a fair bit more potent than they have been in the past, since we will always be taking the most powerful effect on the card. Now, Marius.
When I looked at my hands, do I appear to be ghoulish?
You do still look like you are unchanged. You still see the clawed fingers, the green scale, the same form you had seen when first you arrived in the dream.
Okay, the dream.
The dream form of your ghoul.
Okay. And do I have my weapons on me?
You reach down, and you find 2 weapons at your hip, but neither are yours. One is something akin to a saber, a relatively stout, fairly wide, straight sword with a curved edge. And the other end of your hip is a handle to a very small pistol. A pistol much more elaborate than the one you had seen Cammy pull out. This is no simple black powder weapon. It's loaded with a cylinder with 6 chambers set in the back. Looks like it's set to freely revolve, and even as you handle it, you accidentally trigger something that causes the cylinder to click and drop out the side, revealing the butts of the 6 rounds already preloaded into the gun.
Okay. I wouldn't have any recognition of this kind of uniform.
None at all.
As I would slowly start walking toward the voices, but still, even in the very shadowy alley, sticking to the more shadowy side, trying to remain unseen until I have any idea what's going on around me.
You come out towards the street, trying to stay hidden and get a lay of the land, as it were. And as you come to the corner, you can hear these 2 voices talking back and forth, and you can see that there are in fact just 2 figures sat out in front of a building down a straight and tall roadway. The street itself is no packed earth or cobble. It is a cracked black rock that seems to just be a contiguous piece going all the way down, stripes painted white and yellow down its center. And on either side of this are slightly raised concrete walkways before the intersecting facades of brick and cement buildings, painted in elaborate colors, each with fine windows showing ornate displays behind them, all dark save for warm light and music. the sound of singing, a piano coming out from the two figures wearing similar outfits to yours are sat in front of. Both the figures look much like you. Green scaled ghouls. Make me a stealth check.
It's an 11. 16 for 27.
27 as you poke your head around the corner here. They don't appear to notice you. Both of them look like they are sat just conversing, laughing a bit, passing a cigarette back and forth, taking turns with their drags.
Okay. It is daylight out? Or
It is, the only light is coming from street lamps
okay.
that are metal, wrought works of iron topped with glass, illuminating this pathway and the light spilling out from the building behind these two figures. It's surprisingly well lit, much more than the torches or lamps that you would see in a town back home. The flames in these lamps don't even flicker. They are perfectly persistent, almost garish white light.
Okay. And if it doesn't look like there's many other people around on this street, I guess I'd...
Those are quite literally the only two figures you actually see.
And they're right in front of the location that has the music playing?
Mm-hmm. Sat on the edge of this concrete walkway, just right in front of it.
I guess I would kind of try to, put the hat back on and get myself in order a little bit and try to nonchalantly go up to the two guys.
You come around the corner. The one that would be, as they're kind of facing each other talking, your direction, would look up, do the visible double take, and his eyes would go kind of wide. And he would smack the other one on the shoulder at point, and he would turn around and look at you. Eyes also wide, his mouth just drops open, his cigarette just falls out of it onto the ground before he puts his hands up. Marius! He's back! Marius is back! Where have you been?
Oh, I don't know. I appear to have gotten myself lost a little bit.
You look lost. You look confused. You look like you don't even know where you are.
That's about right. I don't know what's going on.
But you find yourself at the bottom of a bottle too many nights, my friend. The captain's been looking for you.
Oh, the captain?
He's inside. But, it has been weeks. What have you got into? Is some secret mission? Or do you think you're better than the rest of us now?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if I'm sick. I feel like I've forgotten everything.
The other one's still just kind of sitting on the curb, grin at his face, just kind of looks up. We can't or won't. Yeah, we know how it is. We know who's the captain's favorite. Missed you, man.
I missed you too. I'm sorry. I'm so out of it. I can barely even remember your names.
The hell, get inside. If drink got you here, drink will get you back out. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
You look like you could use 1 or 10. You notice, kind of subconsciously, that, well, nothing about this conversation seemed, a lot of it seems off to you. You're not speaking Talbane. This language sounds almost alien, with a cant unlike anything you even heard before, but it comes to you as naturally as any other, like you've always known it.
Okay. I guess I'll try to go inside.
Meanwhile, inside, as Marius steps through the doors, the front of this building, a pronounced sign in wrought brass letters above: the Cabaret of Oblivion. And 3 of you, with 2 others, Easy and the new fellow you've met named Nestor, are making your way through the sun-washed boughs of the enchanted wood, trying to put as much distance as you possibly can between yourselves and those asshole fairies. Injured as you were, I imagine you would be receiving a good amount of the Cami special healed and continuous lay on hands as you move.
Band-aids.
Because while you are injured, you also definitely need to get out of this area as quickly as possible. And as you walk for some time, tending to yourself, using your magic Cami for you and your allies here, what is your perception?
Just the modifier?
Mhm.
It's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
You're walking with this new figure, and as the adrenaline drains away from you, as the glory of battle, the fear of mortal peril starts to kind of wash away, you start to think to yourself how strange this meeting is. Not just a figure in the middle of another plane of existence that seems to not only be friendly, but to come from the same place as you. Not just the plane, but even the same region of the inner seas. Something about this seems off. There is no chance that this is coincidence. There is no way that you running into Nestor Bindley here is anything other than a setup. And there are precious few people that know what it is that you are up to here. But this man, you don't know what it is he's up to, what it is he's trying to do. But it's clearly something.
It's nefarious.
Nestor?
Yeah. That's some fine magic you got there, huh? I ain't never seen something quite like that.
No, it's pretty typical, actually.
Well, it's, myself and any other, various disciplines of magi that I've ever run into. I mean, there's like, I don't know, that seems pretty powerful for something you seem to be able to pump out fairly consistently. Like, we've been walking for quite some time, and you don't show any signs of slowing down.
Yeah, well, it's not really anything special unless you get on my bad side. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I make no aim to do that, little miss. You can trust me there.
You said you're from Taldor?
Yeah. You ever been?
In another life.
Huh. Well, I suppose it's strange
That
answer
sounded
as any
cooler
given
in my
the-
head. I'm so sorry.
Look at you in another life.
Yeah. Something
It's-
like that.
Hey, I ain't trying to pry.
Inside joke.
I ain't trying to pry here. But just making conversations. Look. I live in a commune in the woods. I don't get a whole lot of opportunities for socializing outside of my folk. You know.
Yeah, it's
We're not a great group to socialize with, anyways.
Well, you're a great group to come to my rescue in my hour of need. I can tell you that much.
yeah, pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. What are the odds, right?
Yeah, what are the odds?
I don't know. I ain't a mathematician. I couldn't tell you. That this place would have not just one, but 3 different groups of people coming out from near about the same place on the material, all, one seeking the other and you something else entirely. That's probably a hell of a coincidence, even for a place as wild as this.
Yeah, it's
But
like you're reading my mind.
This Kelvetta, though, she's trouble. I can't tell you exactly how much of a hunting party she's got with her, but like I said, I can't imagine much else other than Hell Knight signifiers has gotten her here. I don't know if she'll have many of them with her, but if we run into her... Look, I'm not saying that my goal here, or even what I'm asking of you, is to draw your blades and just try and strike them down. First of all, I'd probably be down damn near suicide to go against them, but... Second of all, I'm just trying to learn something. Something we can use, back in the waking world, back in the material plane. Someone can use to stop them there. When we kick them out of the dream, they're just going to come right back.
Sure. Well, we'd hate to keep you from what you're here to do.
No, it's no problem. Besides, I'll you at least this much, showing you out to the nest. And, like I said, if you're hunting for these Zoog fellas. I mean, you're about as much a part of the natural order here as you can get. Well, given your current state. I assume you're projecting the same as us.
You know, it's crazy. You look so familiar. You're sure you don't recognize any of us?
I heard it before that I got a very unremarkable face. It's one of those that just kind of looks like a bit of everyone you ever talk to, yeah? Ain't the first. Hey, don't hurt my feelings none. It's good.
I said, you sure you don't recognize any of us?
He just kind of stops for a second and furrows his brow and sort of looks across the group of the four of you. Yeah, now I feel like I'm getting set up for something. Am I supposed to?
Oh, no, just, been in Taldor so many times. I wondered if your memory would serve better than mine.
Oh, I mean, it's a real big country. You said you fellas were from Ustalav. This is a much bigger place than that. About damn near 3 or 4 of them stuck together. And from what I understand, even all the way up to Ustalav used to be Taldor.
Impressive.
Yeah, they were a hell of a kingdom back, I don't know. I'm not a historian. You know, you hear things. I talk a lot about stuff I barely know. Like I said, I was trying to make conversation. So, what about you fellas? This is looking at Trey and MD.
What about us?
I don't know. I'm not trying to make no kind of calls of judgment or nothing, but neither you really look like the dreamwalking type. I mean, I'll admit I don't know a whole lot about your folk, for lack of a more tactful way to say that. Or I guess yours neither, but to what I understand, well, there ain't many, what you called? I'm sorry.
Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins, that's it. Ain't a whole lot of many of yours outside of, like, the underground.
Cammy would just shoot daggers, like, at both of them, just while he's starting to, like, sort of address and pry.
Would it be lore warfare or lore society to know about the hobgoblin city?
I would straight up give you either. For hobgoblins, I'd give you either.
I'll roll lore
warfare is their society.
Yeah, see if I know about that city.
They invented lore warfare.
Would a 22 know about the city?
Sure.
Cool. What's the name of that city? Because I can't remember.
I don't know. Why are you looking at me
I don't know,
for,
man. Maybe you don't know.
You brought this up. I thought I figured you knew.
I know that there's Arcadis knows.
Hobbsville.
Hobberton.
Yeah.
Arcadis knows. He has Google.
I don't know. I don't know Hobgoblin lore beyond like
Hobville.
the Obrak. Chat says Obrak.
That's
Obrak
right.
sounds right to me.
Hobville was better.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Gobbleville.
I don't know
Gobbleville.
all Pathfinder lore.
No, I'm not a Hobgoblin lore specialist, but Obrak.
Yeah.
There's an entire city, sort of, that I know of. It's about the gist of my knowledge, though. Not exactly one to chronicle my own people.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I never met such a diverse group of traveling folk as yourselves. Looking, you come from a whole lot of different walks of life, bringing it together here to help the friendly little Zoog fellas of the woods hunt down some big old possums.
And we got brought together through recruitment.
Yeah? I know what that's like. Well, I guess not really. I was about as much born into this as I was drawn in. Young enough, I barely remember anything but the augurs at this point. Anyway, last I knew from looking through here, their nests weren't too far. Now, the good news about these KRAVGODONs is they ain't terribly subtle creatures, so wherever that little pack is at, they shouldn't be too difficult to locate. They ain't subtle and they ain't small neither.
About how big are they?
Oh, I don't know. He kind of just like puts his hands out like he's telling a fish story. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe like anywhere from 3 to like 6 of you.
That's a good measurement.
I don't know.
Pretty big
Imagine
stand.
like 5 or 6 horses taped together.
I think we saw that before.
I'd rather not. To be 100%.
Well, just for reference of size. I don't know, like
I think I would call
like
that.
2 manticores, 3 manticores. I don't know, like a tavern in a good sized town. And they get real big. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, just look at the plants around here. Just look at the foliage. I mean, they don't make them small here. Well, except for the Zoogs.
The zoos are tiny.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, though.
Yeah, so they got strength in numbers is what they got, and honestly, not a whole lot else if you catch my meaning.
They got heart.
Oh, sorry. Did I say something wrong by you?
No, I just got it. We should keep going though.
Oh, yeah. Of course. And he just kind of straightens his shirt a little bit and just goes back to walking. So, question. He is also very injured.
Mm-hmm.
Are you healing him or just your group?
I think that. So as not to sort of give myself away, and not knowing the full, I think I would like give him one dose of lay on hands,
You get
like I've done
one.
it,
Yeah, here
kind
you
of
go, here
thing.
you go.
He was the cat's pajamas 5 minutes ago when he flew you out of the pit.
Yeah, but don't you think it's just a little weird?
I have the whole string board now.
The mental conspiracy board in Cammy's head is coming
She's
together.
making up facts.
Easy, I imagine walking along, just kind of oblivious to all this, just living his life, walking, getting some lay on hands, doing his best, going on a journey.
Try not to break.
As the group, you come out from this big, very well lit overbow back into almost a bramble. The foliage here goes from being bespoke, first massive trees, to things more like wide ferns, now to interlocking shrubberies. The branches and the leaves, twice, 3 times as thick. In many places, causing you to clamber up or around now overhanging structures that are in your way. With a plethora of different paths and ground to choose from, somehow the going becomes twice as difficult as the area becomes much, much dimmer, almost like sunset. Even with the light, ahead, just as bright as it has always been, filtering down through dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of branches and leaves. And as you clamber into that mess, we will come back around to Marius here, making his way into the cabaret. And a cabaret it is. You step inside to an area, the best comparison you could think of is to a tavern, but one much cleaner and finer than any you've ever seen.
About the size of a KRAVGODON.
About the size of a KRAVGODON.
Or 3 horses taped together.
Yeah.
2 manticores.
2 manticores.
Or like 3 or 4.
Six
Yeah,
or
3 to
eight.
6.
3 to 6.
There is a long bar at the back of the room, set with a row of huge handled taps. And to your left, a small, raised, semicircular stage, framed about with red and black velvet curtains, on which a pair of performers ply their trade. A lady in an extremely eye-catching dress, very elaborate, but not like a ball gown. Look, I don't know how to describe fashions. I'm going to accept my weaknesses as a GM. I'm just going to tell you, she looks like a flapper. And another man in a fine suit sat at the piano playing the accompaniment. The tavern has maybe a half dozen other people in it. A man behind the bar, simply polishing glasses, waiting. A trio of figures sat at one table, all more of these blue uniformed, green-scaled ghouls. And a much larger figure, also in a blue uniform, also a ghoul, but a man that looks like he must be 12, 14 feet tall, were he to stand upright, with a huge axe slung across his back, sat off to the side of the bar by himself. And as you come in, another woman back behind the bar looks up, sees you, and her face lights up. She puts her hands together and hurries over to you. Oh, Marius! Marius, it's been so long. Everyone here has been so worried about you. Oh, come on in, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Find yourself a seat, and I'll get you a favorite.
Okay. All right.
And this kind of catches the attention of the 5 other people in the bar, who all kind of give you a nod or a wave or a sort of confused look. The huge ghoul sitting next to the bar kind of turns his head and looks. Huh. Raises a hand, just motions you over.
Me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Come over.
Marius. My boy, how you been? Where have you been? What happened to you?
I wish I could tell you. Like, do I look okay? I think I may have hit my head. I start to try to pull from knowledge I have from
Reaches
previous
out with
experiences.
You still have, like, you've just been plopped here. You have all of your, like, normal memories and everything. You're just here. None of this makes any sense. You don't know any of these people. You have no recollection of anything like this.
I'm just trying to blend in a way that obviously is not working great, but I'm just trying to, like, play it cool. And so I'm basically just trying to pull off the I've forgotten everything story that is fairly familiar with me.
It's worked for this.
Make me I will give you, like, deception or diplomacy, because you're not really lying. You have no idea what's going on.
Now it's your time to play an
deception.
amnesia campaign.
Welcome to the party, Marcus!
That's a 17 plus 9 for 26.
26. The ghoul smiles and reaches out the big ol' arm and just claps you on the shoulder with a huge hand that, like, dwarfs you and just laughs.
The dwarfs.
Oh, Marius. I worried. We all did. I thought the worst might have happened. This place, it is dangerous, no. You cannot simply wander off. Without telling anyone where you have attended to, I do not know what has befallen you, and it sounds like it neither do you.
Yeah, I feel like a fish out of water here.
It has been strange times these last few weeks. Did you feel it? The worm woke. In the world, it shook, as if on its back. Things have been crazy since Easy left.
Easy?
You are so lost, you don't even remember Eric.
Eric?
Marius! My man! What has happened to you? You're one of the few I feel I can fully trust. You're one of my top gendarmes. Get with me, man. Think.
I'm trying. I barely know anything besides my own name. I don't even recognize where I am. It's strange.
Well, when you walk back out in that street there, you just look up and you look down. You take it all in. This town now, it is as much yours as it is mine. You've earned this. And when and if my time should come, it will pass to you. These men, they look up to you, Marius. They look up to you as much as I do, as much as I feel I can trust you, so too do they. Think. It'll come back to you. You're not the first to take a hit on the head, I am sure. Kind of straightens his coat. Hey, Marie! Where are the drinks? She's kind of hurrying, and she just kind of waves, oh, just a minute. I'm getting everything fixed up real nice and proper for Marius's return. And he just sort of waves a hand. Of course! Around for everyone! We are all equally happy to see Marius has returned to us! And to that, all the, like, 3 other ghouls at the table all just kind of, yeah, just smiles. Like it's a small cheer. There's not a lot of people. It's a very empty cabaret.
Cabaret.
You can only fit so many people inside of a KRAVGODON, so.
Yeah, they're not
There's
that
a
big.
lot of space in here. There's at least a dozen tables and a row of boots
Really
on the wall. It's
old
just
KRAVGODON.
Yeah,
empty.
It's like
really
2
old.
KRAVGODONs taped together.
It's like as empty as the streets, really. But he turns back to you again. He says, What? What strikes your fancy? You don't even know. Well, keep your mind, man, Marius. We need you. The men need you. I need you. Get your head on straight. I could do that now.
That was audible.
It's just sturdy now.
Ain't nothing knocking in there.
Bro, it should.
Hollow.
No, it should sound like that, dude.
Well, that's the benefit of not having hair. Because everyone can do that. It's just muffled.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna do that.
You can totally do that.
This is not the tangent I expected to happen here, but here we are. That's
Let me do it by the mic.
Oh.
this is like a deep thud.
Dude, Yours, oh my god. Yours sounds like a door. Like
My dog would come running.
Here, Poochie Poochie.
They start barking. But he
that's
turns.
what the three other guys are doing at their table.
He starts knocking their skulls, comparing the sounds.
Yeah, welcome. This is your people.
Instead of clapping, that's what ghouls do because they don't have hair.
Bonk their scaly little skulls.
Much louder.
But he turns. Marius,
You can hear it echo when I do it.
take these nights. Rest. Reprieve. We need you. Things still walk a razor's edge here. I need you on the eastern border. Take some of our men. Make sure nothing comes through. Whatever it is that lurks in Thrushmore, it's worse than the bush. He just kind of laughs as Marie comes over and puts a pair of what looked to be fairly stout, like sets of shots in front of each of you. 3 for each. And this humongous ghoul picks up one of them with 2 of his little fingers. To you, my friend, your safe return. And he throws it back.
I take one, give a quick whiff. Does it smell like something I've had before?
Smells like whiskey, mostly.
Smells like home.
Great.
I thought you were going to say rubbing alcohol.
Like a good time.
I'll take a swig.
You take a shot. Both of you hit it down. Go. Before you take the rest of these, smell of the street there. Look and think. Center yourself. Talk to Pierre. He has missed you. He was worried.
Yeah, I definitely will do. You wouldn't happen to have a map or something to make sure I don't lose my way again, right?
You're going to the curb, Marius. You cannot get lost from here to the door.
I'll see if I can. Okay.
And you get up and make your way out to the door. And as you do, walking, boy, it smelled like whiskey. Maybe it is whiskey, but even just in a couple of steps and a couple of seconds, it feels like this has hit you like a truck as the world starts to spin around you. And for a few moments, you wonder,
I was about to say it's an Isekai.
I think there was something wrong with that. You wonder if there was something in it, if this is some kind of an insane, elaborate trap, if you've just been drugged. But you stumble through the door to look up to the night sky and see what looks like the stars have descended. The street is now empty. The 2 figures here before gone. And above you hovers what looks to be a mass of constellations. An enormous figure, wound of stardust and space, commanding all of the air above the street. And the cabaret behind you falls absolutely silent. Everything else falls away as all you can see is this figure. And it is not the first time you've seen it. If it has a face other than just this void where it should be perched, it will be turned down towards you. The decree is infallible. It cannot abide by errors. This must be corrected. There's no speech, but just an understanding in your mind as one of these hands reaches down towards you. Make me a reflex save. Assuming you attempt to dodge away, what do?
Probably some kind of slightly drunken dodge. That's an 11 plus 18 for the 29.
29's gonna fail. As you try to move, just the sheer size of this thing makes it almost impossible to get away. As this wraps around you, you feel yourself pulled up towards what looks to be this whirling mass of stars at its center. And as you're pulled in, you feel the world flying past you, almost like your life flashing before your eyes. Roll me a flat d20 check.
10.
You're just the law of averages today.
We need a perfectly average guy today.
There can be no exceptions. You feel yourself start to become exhausted, tired, as if the weight of weeks or months are weighing down on you, as if you haven't slept in years.
That's some strong whiskey.
Before you hear a second voice, almost equally monotone, but different, higher, almost somehow comforting. Be brave. Remember. You see the core of this thing turn dark, as if it was sucked into a point, a void encompassing the stars at the middle of whatever this creature is, growing within it like a whirling black hole. It drops you immediately, and you just tumble and fall through nothing. As you see this void ripping and pulling at whatever this figure is, it's shrinking, it's collapsing, the stars being drawn into the center of this maw until everything just goes black. Meanwhile, in the woods,
No, go back. We can wait.
Change the channel.
No. Switch for no.
We
we're
don't need the
fine.
commercial break.
We're all
we
fine.
don't need the commercial break.
we are walking along
No!
through the shrubbery. And as you walk,
I just want
It's-
to watch the episode today.
I'm just in an idle falling animation
Can I not
for
do
the
that?
next 30 minutes.
now
That's the loading screen.
it's been some time. At least an hour has passed since your encounter with these strange fairies and since you met your strange wizard, sorcerer, druid friend. At this point, Cammy's magic has brought all of you back up, at least well enough in health. And you would have been able to.
Asterisk.
Everyone.
Everyone feels better.
You would be clambering down a particularly difficult woven set of leaves and thorns. Can all you guys make me a climb check?
Wait, hold on. What's a climb? Hold on.
Can I
Hold
just-
on. Before
It is
anybody does.
athletics check to climb, sorry.
Can I
Okay.
just put
If you want to
Cammy-
pick Cammy
Yeah.
up, you
Who-
can take
That's
yours with a
typically
-2,
what we
Who
and you will
wants
carry
to
Cammy.
hold me?
Throw her like a
I will.
football.
I can.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I will not be doing that.
It's up to you.
Whoever wants to carry Cammy can take a
Yeah.
-2 to their check, and it will be for you and for Cammy.
Yeah.
She is very small.
I'm kind of scared if you do it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sir?
Carrying her. So 28.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
You gingerly carry the baby. down.
31.
Put her in the 31. You guys are both more than fine.
Just put her in the
Um,
papoose.
Working your way down here.
The
Easy.
papoose.
Not as great at this. He looked like he was
No,
doing
you should
okay.
carry him.
There's enough handholds and stuff that you figure, I mean, it should probably be fine.
Do I need to climb back up and carry him down?
But as you come down to the bottom, you hear a tumbling and a body hit just kind of on the branch next to you. But you look over, you don't see Easy. It is Marius, and he is unconscious.
Oh my gosh.
He also looks different. You can't immediately place why.
Does he have a revolver and a saber?
No.
Kind of walk over. And
You're seeking, right, Mr.
I seek you.
Give me your perception check.
Perception check. I rolled a 2. It just dropped right on
Yeah,
a 2.
I just heard that go smack. in the shirt.
Yep.
can't-
That's a total of a 17.
You can't really place why, but like something is a little off about him. As you go over and you hit him, he's not. He's more asleep than knocked out, and it's easy enough for you to wake him up. And Marius, you wake up here
If he doesn't
in
wake
this
up to the side, he's getting a punch.
back in this insane forest at the bottom of this bramble.
Are you okay?
Welcome
Yeah.
back. Nestor, Marius, Nestor.
You know this fella.
Dreamland.
Yep.
Ah.
Don't
It's
worry,
not the first weird thing we've had happen.
Don't worry, he don't bite friends.
Well, it ain't exactly super common for folk to just be sort of tumbling out of thin air. And
I mean,
where's? He sort of looks up.
Don't ask questions.
Magic.
We don't know.
he does that.
I feel like I was in a dream within a dream. I just woke up in a dream.
That sounds about
Are
right.
you okay? You don't.
Do I feel like I still have the effects of the whiskey on me?
You feel fine
I feel fine.
now.
I feel fine.
You just.
look-
Okay.
This seems to be
You look.
as solid and real as the street was when you had walked out into it, but you do still feel a little weirdly tired. Your bones feel a little creaky.
You
Bone
look
creaky juice.
strange.
You don't look quite yourself.
I feel like I was taken to a strange place, like a massive city. There were other ghouls there. But I was.
Okay, so
me,
you
but not
know this
myself.
fella's a Lenghoul, right?
No, only when we're in the dreaming. When he's in the real world, he's a normal ghoul.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Is that better?
I know.
We
don't ask.
He don't bite.
It's
That's like the one thing that they do usually do.
Oh
Well,
no, he's a different
not
type of ghoul.
Often.
I'm built different.
The circumstances
Well,
that
I
led
mean,
to him.
if your friends trust you, then
Trust is a
well,
strong word.
so do
but
I.
He was not turned into a ghoul under normal circumstances.
I don't know if such a thing exists, really, but yeah, I'm more concerned for your friend that this. So they're
That is. Yep.
That's completely normal.
It's not the first time.
Like us.
He wakes up, he's back in the normal, living world.
Well, I guess you
Is-
guys are a lot more comfortable with this plane than I am. This must
Oh.
not be your first foray into the Dreamlands.
His girlfriend probably woke him up.
That is
She gets
more
scared.
than likely.
She's very overprotective of him.
Oh, she's one of them kind of needy sorts. I
it's-
get you.
It's
I
more
get you.
like
It's,
he's a weak, mewling coward, and any whimper from him has her running.
overprotective. Then perhaps a
Yes,
better
very
word.
much so.
If he snores wrong, she'll wake him up.
He also suffers from terrible nightmares.
Well,
I think we should keep walking.
yeah. Well, we can walk and talk. We're almost to the last place I saw these things.
Are you guys okay? The last thing I remember is those giant dragonish creatures.
Never better.
Why
We're
don't
fine now.
you two roll me some perception checks?
I got
Right.
locked in an
Okie
imprisonment
dokie.
of my own consciousness with no
1, 2,
sight or ability
Yeah.
to move.
Ooh.
That
What'd you
sounds
get?
fun.
Oh, it's terrible.
All right,
But
I
what
got.
the-
We have the same modifier, so you got
Oh.
better.
Oh yes, I will have gotten
How
better.
is your
That's
shit?
I got a
Cammy
24.
Kimmy, what?
What's yours?
Kimmy,
28.
What? Did 28?
Cammy will be the first to notice that you look older.
Oh.
Enough to be like visibly different. You look like 10 years older.
That's not a lot for a dwarf.
Hey,
It's
Mark.
enough to be like takes a second to notice what it is, but like it is a noticeable difference.
Marius. I know like the dream stuff can be a little bit like flexible. Time-wise, how long were you in the city?
I mean, it
You were
didn't-
only
it
gone
didn't
from here like a couple of hours.
I mean, it only felt like in a couple hours. And then
You only felt like you were there for like 10 minutes tops. Like it was.
not even that, just even like 10, 20 minutes. Like it wasn't long. And then,
Are you sure?
I mean, the only other thing, I took like a shot of whiskey at this bar and walked outside, and I don't know if it was a strong whiskey, but like, you remember that galaxy creature that was in the asylum?
The one that made Cammy disappear.
The what?
Yeah.
Hey,
You're
let's
not-
take a second. Let's take a second and
It was
let's I'm tired. Hold on. I'm tired. I think we need a little breather, and you should sit over here, and you and I should go over here and patch you up because you're not looking good.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I suppose if we want to
Yep,
make sure
I'm-
we're in.
I'm tired. We should sit right now.
You just kind of shove him off, and Nestor just kind of goes and sits over on a little intersection on the edge of a leaf by himself, and you hurry Marius and the rest of the group over to away from him.
Kind of mumbling to myself, like, not today. Limey. You were saying?
That galaxy being, I mean, it was...
No, I
saw
remember.
It up, like, it was in the sky, like, the size of a galaxy, and then it reached down and grabbed me, and then it started to, like, collapse in on itself, and then I just fell into darkness, and then you woke me up. You woke me up.
I wouldn't really call this being woken up, but
Brought me back here. I mean, I guess I was actually gone, but it felt like a dream. So
you're physically not here.
It felt real, but I mean, I haven't. This is the dreamland. I'm really confused, and I'm pretty tired anyway too.
So you saw the thing again.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I mean, that's.
It didn't just stand there before.
It like I said, it grabbed me. It said something about the decree infallible. They cannot abide by errors, and it must be corrected.
It's the same guy.
That's what he said before.
Yeah.
There was another voice.
The loop?
There was another voice that said, "Be brave, remember."
Another voice?
Yeah. But that's
like
all.
another one of them, or like.
Did it seem like it was coming from him, or
you just heard the voice in your head?
Present,
it didn't seem to come particularly from nowhere and everywhere all at once.
It just almost sounded like a narrator just coming out of nowhere. Like there wasn't a direction or.
But it was a different voice.
Yeah.
My head hurts.
And I was in this weird, crazy city, and there were other ghouls there, and they knew me.
Listen, man.
They said they knew an easy.
What?
I don't know if that's just a coincidence.
Easy is a very common moniker, I'm assuming. We did find a violin in the pile of corpses that just had Easy scratched into it.
Did you ask them any? Did you?
He said Eric.
It's not our Easy.
Well,
do we have any clue what the galaxy dragon might be?
Dragon?
I don't know.
It keeps throwing up in weird places.
Yeah.
Very weird places.
The only thing in common between the two interactions that we've had among us is the talk about errors or repairing.
Well, I don't think it does us any good to think about it now. We have a goal in mind that we just need to do. We can rack our brains all day for knowledge we don't have.
You need to get a load of yourself first. I'm gonna kind of find something reflective on my person to show Marius.
Not that he's entirely familiar with this form necessarily.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you do look a little bit more weathered.
You got like crow's feet, man.
You got a few gray hairs.
You got a little more grays in the beard.
Mm-hmm.
The beard is also a little bit longer. You look more mature.
It grows so slow on dwarves. It takes
10 years
to
is like
see a
like
difference.
a half inch.
That's why they're so protective of their beards.
I definitely didn't feel like I've been gone long, so I don't know I have no idea what's going on. Speaking of wild, who's this guy?
Druid.
We saved him from
over the
He's,
distance. You hear. Well, all right. I think that's I mean, I'm feeling about rested. If you folk want to get this underway, we should be getting pretty close.
Cammy is a princess and she needs to rest as long as she says she needs to rest, or else she gets very grumpy. Have you ever had a gnome screaming in your ear she's tired?
I can't say I've had the pleasure, nah.
It's not a pleasure.
Well, if you like, I can I don't know how long you're planning on resting here, but I can foray ahead a little bit and see if they're still in the nest that I've found before.
No, I think you should stay with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
I feel better now and patched you up, so we're good to go.
All right, then.
All right, well, let's get the stepping then, I suppose.
More small talk.
And
Have you ever heard about a game called Knivesies?
I think you guys should play.
I feel like I've heard of it before, but I'm not terribly familiar. And the group of you guys go walking back through the brambles. It's only another maybe 15 minutes of foraging through the bush before you see movement in the distance. You hear what sounds like errant scratching against the bark of trees, and the rustling and crumpling, the groaning of the wood as creatures exponentially heavier than the group of you kind of root and rustle about through these interlocking boughs.
We don't use absolutes when measuring these creatures, sir.
How many horses is it?
There's
How
an
many kings bigger than us?
It sounds like at least 4 or 5 horses
Perfect.
rooting
Okay.
around
Now-
in
There you
humongous
go.
trees.
Gosh, finally,
Much
now
better.
I can picture it.
What
I don't know what exponential
let's just
is.
cover this again, because we had a bit of a weird intro today to get us in here. Now that the party is reunited and back underway, let us go around. Tell me what it is you're doing as you make your way through the brambles, and very briefly introduce yourselves. It was a weird starter to get this one in, but we can still do introductions.
Me.
You.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, who's currently shooting some daggers over at our newfound party member.
Wait, why daggers? You have a gun.
Fair enough.
I'm sold.
Don't
Don't tell her that, she'll do it.
Gosh, but you're so smart. Anyways, so
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the Hobgoblin frontline fighter with the pokey stick, full plate, and I am readying to stab whatever I might see. Because I don't have a gun.
Hi, I'm MD, our full-blooded orc rogue, with a punchy fist, a shield, and I'm ready to punch whatever I see, because I also do not have a gun.
Magical morphing hand.
It's the best weapon you will ever give me in my life.
Probably.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger. I'm trying to get myself back into this situation, so, scouting. Just
All right.
looking around, trying to take in Nestor,
I'm seeking.
figure out what's going on.
As you start hearing this rustling, Nestor puts a finger over his lips in the universal gesture for quiet. As it gets a little bit lower, and the group of you make your way, not silently, but quietly, jingly enough, over towards the edge of the branch. A fair distance away from the sources of these sounds. They're fairly loud. You can pick them up from a decent distance. You are on a branch that is intersecting, maybe near touching the larger one below it. About 10 feet the width of the branch itself, the only thing separating you from this larger nexus down below, with a single overhanging leaf that stretches out and bends down till it's almost touching the intersection up here to the northwest, in which you can very clearly see a trio of humongous possums.
Oh.
Awesome.
They literally just look
Oh.
like massively overgrown, scarred possums.
Dream possum.
Awesome.
One of which is dramatically larger than the other two. They're just
That's
kind
a
of
4 to 6 measurement right
yeah,
there.
they're just kind of rustling and clawing at the bark. Their noses down, snuffling around through the cracks and crevices of the wood, looking for food, something. But Nestor would point down and kind of turn to you guys. Well, they're still here. Them's KRAVGODONs.
So why don't we just get them?
But here's what we're here to do, right? Whatever your plan is, however you want to do this, that's what you're after.
Cool. Stay up here. Don't get close to them. Throw spells if you need to.
I got a ton left in me. I don't know I got anything that can reach him from up here.
Just stay out of harm's way then.
Well, fair enough. I can keep a lookout and make sure nothing else comes knocking on your doorstep.
I'll go on ahead then.
How are you planning on heading down? You can either proceed down this leaf. Again, this leaf kind of slopes down, almost touching the other bough where the first of the small KRAVGODONs is. Or you could clamber down the side. The bark is pretty rough and ridged, full of handholds. It would not be very difficult to climb. Straight down, like I said, about 15 feet onto the same branch as them, from just right next to you here, where these two branches are quite literally touching. One sat on top of the other.
Well,
I will try to stealth down the leaf in their general direction so that they don't see us coming. And by that, I mean I'm just going to walk at them.
Oh, I was going to say,
okay.
okay, Mr. Sneaky.
No, that's a
man.
plus
Like
0.
this-
I'm not doing that.
I was a little surprised by that choice, but that makes a little more sense.
By sneak, he means walk
Good.
menacingly.
Yes.
how far is it down from the our branch to the branch
About
that they're on?
About 15 feet. The branch they're on
Okay,
is that
so not
one
as
main
bad.
branch that's
Nah.
running, kind of intersecting.
That's
No,
a
it's,
good jump down.
it is the width of the branch that you're on, because it is like a 15-foot branch that, again, they're just like, they're sat on top of each other like this. Like
Okay.
the foliage is much, much thicker than the
Okay.
undergrowth here. And you can see there's that one leaf that Trey starts to work his way down. The other leaf right here a little further to the south coming off your same branch. There is a third branch you can see down below this that's maybe 25 feet down. That has another leaf that's the barely shaded one down there off to the side that's pretty far down. So it's a lot denser here. There's no
Okay.
very little opportunity to fall 100 feet into the void.
That is in fact the question I'm really asking.
It is much more densely packed than this
Okay.
bramble.
There's also not tricky little lurkers in light.
Yeah, the
waiting to throw you
possums do
down.
not really strike you as trap setters. And you're recalling knowledge, right?
Yes, I
Cammy,
am.
what is your nature?
Yay, 13.
13.
Turns out these things are excellent trap setters, and I'm about to
That's
die.
what I find. I was just like, psych.
So, you may not be specifically familiar necessarily with KRAVGODONs themselves,
You know what a possum
but
is.
you know what a possum is, and this is a real big possum, basically. You can see what they're doing with the bark down below. They're not trying to just like lick and root. They are grabbing and kind of biting big chunks of it, and it's so loud because they are able to. They're not gnawing like a beaver. They are just crunching entire chunks of wood in their jaw. This wood's so thick and heavy that if they can do that, you're fairly confident they could do the same to armor equally well.
Okay.
But it looks like they've got to kind of like really adjust themselves and get a good grip and angle to do it. So it's not something they're going to be able to just throw at you. But if they had a hold of you, it might be pretty bad. You also see that they're. You don't even necessarily need to see. You can see it, but would also probably know from a possum. But they got those long little naked tails that are fully prehensile. They're not long enough.
What?
Prehensile.
They can do.
They
this
can
with their
control
tail.
it.
Oh,
They
okay.
like
That's
it's
possum
it's,
tail.
yeah. It doesn't just like hang there.
Yeah.
Like they're using it almost like a fifth limb to kind of wrap through the bark and to balance themselves. They look like they've got perfect full control of their tails.
To balance themselves.
Before we come too far in, I would kind of go like, what do we want with these guys?
Kill them.
So yeah, that's right.
Mari's
you-
like, what are we doing?
you weren't
What are
here,
we-
right?
You know that one thing you're really good at?
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
Yeah. They're for the zoo.
Okay.
So up here on the branch,
Got
you
it.
are 30, 45. You're like 70 to 100 feet from the KRAVGODONs.
All right, and I'm
I'll lure them closer.
So as Trey starts making his way down the leaf, what are the other three of you doing?
I think I should.
Nestor's just
still-
kind of crouching up on the branch because Trey told him to stay there, so he's going to stay there and just kind of keep an eye out.
I think I should still buddy up with somebody. Just to, if anything should involve climbing.
I'm
It's
about
just-
to jump the 15 feet down.
Gosh darn it!
It's not that far.
I know you just scare me, dude.
I don't want to ride MDs jumping off of branches anymore. Please
Yeah.
no.
The slow descent down.
I'll go with MD.
At
I'll
our-
get on your back again. Just be nice.
Falls all the way through.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna.
At our scale, does the leaf look hard to like stay on? Like, does it
No,
look
these
slippery?
leaves are so massive that probably even the four of you wouldn't even cause it to like sway. You're like ants on this
okay.
thing.
What about the possums?
Possums maybe.
And is that
But they're still so large that the possums might make the leaf sway, but it certainly looks like the leaf is sturdy enough to support them.
and that
Maybe not all
one
three of them.
possum, the one possum on the edge, it isn't like holding the leaf down. Like it's not gonna like.
No, it's like
catapult
right under it because if this goes down to like almost, it's basically like it's like rooting right up next to the side of it. It's like snooting around it.
I don't think I would drop down. I would probably go on the leaf to get closer, just to be within range.
What range do you need?
I need 60, so maybe just like the center of the leaf.
Okay. You would get down to the center of the leaf, and MD and Cammy would make their way down the edge of the branch here, and you would be able to get relatively close to them, distracted as they are with their ruffling and snuffling, before they started to notice you. But once the first one noticed you and kind of turned towards MD or Trey up on a leaf, it would immediately shoot up, its hair standing up, hackles on end, hiss, and would become surprisingly aggressive in an instant. You may think of possums as the, oh no, I'm going to play dead. Definitely not these guys.
They're gonna make you
These
play
guys
dead.
look angry and very, very bitey. But before we roll initiative, let's take our midstream break here real quick. We're going to stand up, stretch our legs, grab some snacks. Feel free to do the same, or it's going to be about 10 minutes till we get back. It's a great time to check out a couple of our stream partners. You can head up Ark Forge, Eldritch Foundry, Norse Foundry. Eldritch Foundry's got fantastic little miniatures. Look at these guys. Let me grab Marius this time. Oh, cool, man. Look at these fellas down here. Norse Foundry, all the dice that we are rolling here on the show today. And Ark Forge, what we're using for the maps, our virtual tabletop for our like hybrid digital setup we've got going over here. All three of those partners, if you use discount code UGT show there, you get a little bit of a deal. Deals vary across the platforms. Helps us out, helps you out, lets you get some real good stuff. Don't go too far, everybody. Like I said, we'll be about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Do introductions, but we did that like immediately before the break, so I'm going to make the active decision to instead just ask all of you to roll me some initiative.
Whee!
As these KRAVGODONs notice our approach and turn.
Do we get +1 with?
You would be scouting. Everyone gets the +1, yes.
I think we saw them.
I'm
This
also.
might be the only time I remember to add the plus one from scouting.
Nice.
It's also,
I always forget.
this is an incredibly rare situation, a fight that you get to like engage on your terms. So you could have pre-hunted a prey. Your weapon can be whatever you want it to be. You could literally even be pre-channeling Stoke the Heart. Like you would have had time to buff up if you wanted to, but we were walking. Okay.
I'm gonna spook the closest one.
Oh, but yeah, we get a battle cry too.
No,
Oh, you got spooked.
not unless these. Well, actually, they are animals.
It's not. It's not super
18.
high. It's definitely not that low. It's like
I rolled a 2.
I was like, it's not high. It's not 18 low though. Okie dokie. So we'll start with Kenny.
33.
Ooh, try.
I got an 18. I rolled a 3 for initiative.
MD.
Wow, that took me off guard. I got
Between
a 20,
18 and 33.
I got a 23.
How about you, Marius?
31.
31. All right. So we're
Catch
like
me next time.
we're like this. The two little fellas in the front got
Some small little
a.
guys.
Why math is failing me. 23. MT got 23. Right there, baby. Or no, 21. Sorry, my bad. Math is really failing me. And the big one in the back,
7.
2.
37. Yeah,
I was half right.
you had a digit.
Loser.
You had a digit correct.
Loser.
That's 50%
I
of
don't
that
like him.
number.
He's
Get
two
him
way
first.
Up front are angry and hissing, and they clearly look like they are getting ready to do things to you. But
They'll try.
the big one in the back, alpha possum, if you will,
Alpham.
immediately thunders forward to defend his territory, moving up towards like the base of the tip of the leaf here, which there's maybe like 4 or 5 feet between the tip of the leaf and the ground, putting 2 paws on there, but like shuffling at you sideways. This possum doesn't run forward. it's crab walking towards you. Its little tail a whipping. And as it gets down to the bottom of the leaf, that tail lashes out around and shoots towards Trey. And it is going to be a 38 to hit.
That will crit. It does crit.
Give me these.
Oh, I'll be fine.
What does he look like, a child?
Yes.
Somebody say my name.
It's only going to be 34. 34 points of bludgeoning damage. That is double.
You call it?
34 points of bludgeoning damage. As this tail whips out towards you, and via the power of the remaster, it will roll to try to wrap around you. As this tail shoots like a lasso to grab out at Trey and yank him down off of the leaf. Oh, I got 2 of villain point here, so I'll use this one from Hermagistus. Get that off the table. That's an ugly number. This tail shoots out and goes to wind around you, and you shuck it off once, but it just wraps around the other way. It is like a malleable, it's like a living rope. A very thick, fleshy living rope. 31 to grab you versus your
That'll grab.
4 DC. And as that grabs, it is going to yank you down off the bottom of the leaf to the ground right in front of it.
Oh, it put me right where I wanted to be. Ooh, boy.
Right as you get pulled into this thing, up into its flank, because it's still kind of at its side. It's got the tail wrapped around you, grabbing you. It reaches up with one little hand, too,
Little mitt.
and just crunches. These big old teeth just bearing down on you. Absolutely no sort of subtlety, no subterfuge, no delicate attack. It is just crunching you like it was just crunching the branch a moment ago. I need you to just make a fortitude save.
It has the power to crunch the branch. Does it have the power to crunch steel?
We'll find out.
That is a 27.
27 is a regular failure.
Yikes.
That's an exactly
Yikes,
average
man.
roll.
You are going to take 22 points of piercing damage, and as your armor folds on itself, you have a -2 circumstance penalty to your AC, as it is crunching your armor like a tin can.
I already have that.
You have a circumstance penalty to your AC?
I'm flat-footed because I'm grabbed.
Yeah, this would be, yeah, you're grabbed from flat-footed, but even if you get ungrabbed, yeah, it won't stack with that.
Okay, this
because you are
doesn't go away
flat-footed.
when he stops nibbling.
No, this is like a penalty you have because your armor's screwed up.
You broke your armor.
Can be. Yeah, it's not broken, it's just not super
Broken would
effective.
be a -3.
Yeah, it'd be one word, so it's broken.
Got that full plate.
Candy. You see this thing whip Trey off the branch and just start gnawing.
Listen,
I'd still do
I understand that I was gonna get a little free stoke the heart action.
Yeah, you could have channeled that before the fight.
Oh, never mind. I have cackle now. What I'm about to do is about to take the rest of my actions.
Okay, fair enough.
Is what I was leading into. I was about to abandon it, but instead,
Snicker as you
running
run
forward,
like a toddler.
cackling with the kind of reckless abandon and assumption that somebody will always stand in front of me regardless of the odds.
We did this.
Cammy's going to run a couple of feet forward here, and kind of heading up. Yes.
to get them all in a line.
And I'm going to. Oh no! One more back down. This is important.
Remember, the spell's range is only 30 feet.
Yes, and I will get these two here as I cast Enervation. Running for.
Very easy targets to get in a line here. All right, what is...
Oh.
That's a
Fortitude
fortitude
saving
save?
throw.
Okay. Do it. Let's just... We've had the conversation off stream about how our two casters feel a little bit pigeonholed into will saves, and then we fight a giant freaking animal with a will save in the dumpster, and you're like, fortitude save!
Listen, man, it's new, okay? And it's a line.
It is new, and the roll is, well, one bad.
Okay.
The big one in the front gets a 25.
That
Or the big one in the
fails.
back, rather. The one describing Trey.
That
boy,
fails.
Big boy fails.
That's the one that matters.
And it's a 34 to the one for the one in the front, which is
Okay.
regular success, probably.
It's a regular success, not a
I
crit.
can always roll bad.
Yeah. Okay. So, Big Boy is going to, as soon as this bolt hits him, just feeling the life drained from him. He's drained 1. I get to do that now. You take my conditions. And then, little guy's gonna take 2d8, big guy's gonna take 4d8. Persistent negative damage.
Oh, so you don't roll it right now. That'll be on their turn.
Oh, but I'm so excited.
It means you get to roll that a lot.
You said drained.
You're so right.
Drained what? Drained 1?
Drained 1.
Drained 1. Okay, so he's going to lose health equal to his level.
Innervate sucks.
And then he's going to take a bunch of persistent damage.
Innervate's good.
And then I heard there
it
was
just sucks to
cackling.
have the effect.
What does
Yeah.
cackle do?
Cackle is going to allow me to, for the cost of a focus point instead of an action, continue to stoke Marius's heart, which is what I prepped. ahead
What
of
does
time.
that do?
And that's gonna add extra damage to his rolls.
All right, Marius, you have extra damage on your rolls.
Hey, Marius, do you want to roll some damage?
Yeah. I just want to ask the one on the left.
Yes.
It looks like it's on like level ground, or
It is
does
on level ground, yes. This whole, like, this is kind of the...
None of them are
nexus.
precariously
This is
on an
near,
edge.
like, a center trunk. Yeah, I mean, trunk is a strong word for these shrubberies, but it's where several branches are coming together, so it's kind of a wide, flatter area.
All right, well then I'll probably have hunted prey on the big one because that seems like a solid target.
Fair enough.
All right, first shot, deadly aim. That's an 18 plus 15 for 33.
33 hits.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, 10. 16.
How good
Wait.
is just getting to do damage to things? Because it's
Wait,
just
no,
an
that's,
animal.
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
No, 19.
Oh, 3 more. Okay.
Yes.
Math.
Numbers! We love
Oh, no.
math.
20.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought it was a. Yeah, I forgot it was a +4.
He
not
has like a
+3.
whole station set up over here.
I'm once again
the
on
battle
a lot
station
of
of
modifiers.
math. Yeah, you with the ranger with the different kinds of shots and the deadly aim and everything. You have so 20
a flow
damage
chart.
shot. All right, solid.
All right, and I'm just gonna roll all 3 for a regular shot and then the double shots.
Deadly aim is 2 actions or 1.
Deadly aim is 1 action
Oh.
flourish.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the one that ignores concealment. Fair enough.
I got a nat 1.
I told him to take it because it's really good.
That's really good. Yeah.
Natural 1 is not. gonna
Nope.
do
Natural
great.
one. Not gonna hit him.
12 for 24,
Negative.
and that's a 3. Not gonna hit.
You got 1 solid hit, and then a flurry of arrows that just kind of. It's not like it's hard to hit him. He's huge, but he's huge. It's hard to hit him
Big.
in a way that matters. Like all of these arrows thud into the side of this possum, and just they don't. It's like stepping on a tag. That doesn't do lethal damage. You have to really hit it somewhere kind of critical for an arrow to be able to hurt something the size of 4 to 6 horses. MD.
How big is that
Now
washing
hold
machine?
on. It was 3 horses. It was 4 to 6 MDs.
There was 3 to 4
I'm not-
horses, 4 to 6 MDs.
Yeah, it's 4 to 6 MDs. Get your metric.
Or an average tavern.
Average tavern in a decent sized
How many
establishment.
in a
large
small
boulders the
town.
size of small boulders?
Is
So-
it bigger than a bread box?
Yes.
How many cartons of milk would this be?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm really bad at the jelly beans in the
I'm
jar
sure this
game.
is making it so easy for Colby to think about what he wants
MD.
to
No,
do.
I
He
know
wants-
exactly what I'm going to do. As we start to fight, MD focuses, before the fight begins, he focuses on his fist weapon, his cool dream scimitar. And it begins to morph as a shaft appears and chains, the metal forms into chains and a metal head
It's so
Oh my
fancy.
god!
forms on
Beefy
the top. I
magic.
make it into a flail.
Okay.
Before the fight, so my first action is move up to the small one that's closest to Cammy.
Oh, speaking of candy.
Get in there.
I never
of
pay
him.
for my consequences.
Hero point for the witch from that wolf.
Yes!
And the first thing we're
Thank
going to
you.
do...
It's in range. It's flat-footed.
Is it?
It's in my range.
Well, it's range because you specifically for reach weapons, the 2 diagonals is within range 10, even though it's 15 to move it.
Nice. Nice.
They're not
Actually-
smart; they're animals.
No, that actually completely changes what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna raise my shield and hit it. I was just gonna try to trip it.
I tripped this giant possum thing, giant growling
It has
possum
legs.
beast.
Punch. Natural 20.
Alright,
Hey.
it has been punched.
Hey, Natural 20.
Oh, it's a
Immediate
bless!
Scott.
It's a bless! All right, you get to pick your favorite off the back of this card now because I don't care what type of damage you do. Pick whatever one of the 4 is the funniest or the strongest
Funny,
or
yes.
whatever.
Funny, yes.
Take your choice.
I'm actually just gonna take the bludgeoning one.
The correct
and-
one.
Yeah, the correct one.
Great first use of the new rule.
I know, right?
This is
as
so
this
crazy.
crazy, right? It's D6. So as MD steps forward, he yells at the possum, the KRAVGODON.
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 When a possum
KRAVGODON.
is at least X big, it's a KRAVGODON now.
And as it turns its head toward MD, the flail just hits it right across the eyes, as it's now blinded.
Woo!
Until the end of its next turn, which would be next.
Oh
but
my gosh.
That means it's blinded for his turn. That's really good.
I need the roll dice.
Damage dice.
Damage dice. That's really low. 5, 11. Sneak attack for another 10, so 22, 44.
44 to the face.
44 points of damage. Big womp.
Thanks, Scott.
You land this
Yeah.
big hit, and you hear this thing let out like a growling roar. None of you are really sure what kind of noises possums make, but what's started with it, they have a surprising variety of vocalizations that are coming out as this fight begins. The blinded possum here is going to absolutely just lash out. I will do green one as the 50-50 check, and a white one is the hit roll to just try to bite towards where it knows MD is, though it can't really see him. Those are large numbers. We observe the crab rangoons in their natural habitat, hanging about in the trees. Behold, as their den is disturbed by their natural predators. Heroes. Wait, hold on. The crab rangoon's coming in with a steel chair. Villain point.
That was art.
Heroku-san.
Was art.
Well, I definitely don't need a hero point this one because I rolled a 19 for the 50-50 and a natural 20 for the bite. So
Well,
that's it may be blind, but it's also very large. And it doesn't need to aim that accurately to just get you in the general direction of its mouth.
wait, it's my. Hold on. I do damage.
At the end of its turn, yes.
Never mind.
End of his turn.
Hold on.
Almost.
You're
Never mind, I'm
keep
just-
that energy, but
Okay,
hold on
okay,
to it for like
okay,
2
okay,
minutes.
okay.
Yeah, these are 20s back and
You're
forth.
messing with my boy here. I can't.
My boy. It's only going to be 32 points of piercing. 32. Hold on. 42 points of piercing damage. It's got deadly. I feel like this kind of comes up weirdly rarely on monsters. 42 points of piercing damage before it just lashes out with an equally blind claw. Passes the 50-50. And okay. So it's going to be my mad second attack. Numbers are hard for me. I'm not smart. 32 to hit.
32 hits.
32 hits. This one,
Oh, we're fine.
23 points of slashing damage from the claw.
Ouch.
And this thing is just huge. It's just sheer raw bulk. And it's just so large, it feels almost impossible to defend against as it just swipes one more time. That one fails 50-50, which is good because it was a 19 to hit. So,
my
so the
gosh.
2 on the 50-50, the blind is saving you from that one because that one probably would have hit too. The second of the large possums, smaller large possums, a large possum the size of a small possum, is going to
It's like red, orange, small, large.
clamber around up next to Trey here. Its claws clinging as easily to the side of the branch as they are the top of the branch. As
Did
it
you
kind
say
of goes around
next
the side.
to?
Absolutely up next to. They actually don't have reach on their bites. They got to get there.
That's probably a crit. That's a 37.
That's a crit. You did
It's
it.
now clumsy.
Stabbo.
And it's going to take 22 damage.
22 damage. From the crit?
2 twos.
Oh, fair enough. Well, it's a pretty solid poke, which is only going to make it more angry as it comes in to try and get some bites on you as you're stuck here, wound up in the tail of the alpha possum. 29 versus your... Oh, no, 27 versus your flat-footed.
That hits.
And 27 hits your flat-footed. 15 points of piercing damage, good sir. You very effectively stemmy it as it comes in with your defensive stab here, and it does not get a very good bite. But it's just going to try to chomp again. It's not even going to go for the... absolutely going to miss on that one. Second
trying
bite.
to hit a 25 right now.
Yeah, second bite, it's a fool. It's a fool. A fool to even try it. Now they take resistant damage.
It's a fool!
I mean, I get hit
Make
for
you
crit.
regret
Kill
it.
it.
Kill it.
Eh,
Through blinded.
3.
Nice.
Does it go
Eat it!
away?
First one takes 3. What's the second one take?
Oh,
The big one?
the
No,
big
the big
one-
one has not taken a turn.
Oh,
since
that
it
was
received
the small one and the big one, right? Okay, that's the small one. And the
Yeah,
small
it's-
one
Takes.
does not go away. Still taking it.
Yay.
Trey,
Guess what I have?
grabbed.
Titan Wrestler. Guess what I'm about to
He's
do?
a titan. He's gonna tie him up with his own tail.
I might be about to.
I might be
Let's
about
see.
to hog tie me a KRAVGODON.
See if
said
I can do
steel
it
chair.
Why are you
again.
rolling that, Scott? It worked well once. Gonna happen again. MD is blessed, and the KRAVGODON will be stressed. Take this back.
Yeah.
KRAVGODon.
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 Crab brain.
So
Good.
remind me, is it reversing the grab to break, and then if I critically succeed, I then grab it?
When
Or
you
what?
you can roll 2 grab or you can roll 2 escape. Those
I'm
are
gonna
different
grab
actions.
it.
If you roll 2 grab, I mean succeeding
yeah.
automatically just inverts it.
I'm
It's
just
just
gonna-
that has to be athletics. So it's it's
Yeah.
not as flexible as escape. You can just try to grab it back and that's reversing it.
We are in a perfect situation to encounter a crab raccoon.
So first things first, raise shield because I kind of need it
That's fair.
in this circumstance,
That's terrible.
and then I'm gonna grab it.
Get him.
That's a 19. 35. That'll just succeed.
35 will regularly succeed, yes.
I'm grabbing it now.
So you're now grabbing the huge KRAVGODon. You're wrestling way out of the tail. What do you do? How are you grappling this?
Ride it. Ride it.
I would imagine it still has me grabbed. I'm now grabbing it.
You're both. It's mutually assured grabbing right
So
now.
it probably has its tail around me, and then I've got one of its legs like scooped up and pinned against me.
Everyone's flat-footed here. It's just a fiesta.
Sounds like they're dancing.
So raise shield, grab.
What hand do you grab? Oh, the shield hand. You can grab with your shield.
Yeah.
Can you grab with the shield hand?
That's
You have a
an
buckler.
open
It's a
hand.
buckler. You can use it. Yep.
You gave him a buckler,
Hands
my guy.
for days, dude.
Yep. And then
I hear baby birds.
You are in a
Huh?
huge forest. There are many sounds.
dual-handed assault on the small one that I've already hit.
Okay. The one
Grab-
that
Oh,
came
no, I'm
in.
sorry, I can't dual-hand it because I grabbed.
Okay.
I don't have the hand free
Oh yeah, no, you don't. Your hand is occupied with a
Yeah.
very large possum.
because the hand is occupied. So I will just stab the smaller one. Actually, I'll hit the one that everyone's focusing on.
Yeah, get him.
Flat-footed.
Poke him.
Yeah, it's flat-footed.
Yeah, mess him up.
The one
Another
next
19.
to MD.
So
Grabbing
34.
is an attack, so it is -5.
Yep, 34.
34.
So it's
It is
flat-footed.
flat-footed. It hits.
That's fine.
Easy.
Oh, easy.
Oh no, it crits. No, it does crit. It crits
Oh.
the flat-footed.
Well, it's now clumsy.
It's one over, not one under. You're good.
All right,
Math
so
is hard.
Well, it's hard because I have like template.
Yeah.
You know, they have different stats.
28
28.
and clumsy 1.
It goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes. It's bumping in here, dude.
It goes down.
Now Trey's gonna get launched on.
The first of large possums to drop. Well, you may be grabbing large possum, but large possum is in fact still grabbing you. And as it crunches, and that doesn't seem to stop you, it kind of pulls its head back, roars in your face, like something you would think more akin to a lion or a tiger than a strange possum. But it is spittle flying, trash smelling possum
Is
roar.
it trying to intimidate
right
me?
in your face. It's going to try to bite you. It's trying to eat you, is what it is doing.
I was hoping that it would try to intimidate me so I could say that again.
It's just gonna try to like twist its tail and kind of move you off and just get a big old chomp. I got the villain points. I'll use the villain points. I'm gonna do Ghost of Azan the honor of keeping his because Easy's not here, and I will use the one Hiroka-san just gave me to reroll that too. We munch.
Dive right inside of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to dive into the
Fixed
mouth.
point in the timeline. 2 into a 2. 23 to hit your flat-footed.
Will not connect even with the penalties.
And with that failing, it's just going to go back to biting down. Make me a forward save.
Crunch, crunch.
It's just it's gnawing. It's just gnawing through you.
Same roll.
So regular failure.
Regular failure. Does it make my armor worse
20 points.
again?
It does not stack. Nope. 20 points of piercing damage. Make another fortitude save. Let's use this last 2 axes just chewing on you.
19
Total?
on the die.
Oh, okay. So regular success. Do you have regular goes to crit?
And I get that next level.
So half then.
35.
35. You'll take half.
Yeah.
6.
How you looking, buddy?
6 points of
I
piercing damage.
don't look fantastic, but I look like I could take that again.
He looks like he's
Does it-
getting chewed on by an
Does
incredibly
it get
large
damage
possum.
now?
And
Now
then it takes
it receives
resistance
damage.
Yeah!
She's ready.
Ooh.
20.
20.
How convenient. An
You
8 and a
regret
2 and a
taking
7
your
and a
turn.
3.
Still taking it.
Yes!
Still taking it. And your turn, Cammy.
Yes!
Awesome.
Woo!
Yeah, I look approximately like I could take another bite.
She looks like
Funny you
he's
should
getting
say that
gnawed
on my
by
turn
the
of all turns.
I mean, that's accurate. With my health, I could survive one more bite.
You're awfully far away, sir.
There's a bit of a distance. We gotta close some of that.
It's a good thing I have an ace in my pocket. I whip out Greenie, and I say, Greenie, pay attention. It's your, yes, it's your, this should be your element, actually. It's your time. Mwah, go. That's lay on hands. It's heading your way.
He immediately gets on the ground and starts scampering over towards Trey. And as he scampers around the fallen corpse of the first of these possums, it snaps around and chomps down on Greenie. It is not dead. It's
Possums
a
play
possum.
dead.
That's the thing that they do.
Okay.
How could we have seen
Wait.
not seen this coming?
How could you not have seen this one?
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and phase familiar.
He
here.
did the thing.
As a reaction, I'll phase familiar to try and give him some resistance here. I haven't had to do this in quite some time. so-
33 to hit.
That would hit. That would crit, rather. Is it exactly my AC? He don't get hit a lot, man.
I think it's got the same AC as you.
He
Yeah,
has
so
the-
then-
he has your same saves and AC and stats.
Yeah, so that would crit. So, yeah. He's going to have a little resistance here.
He bites. He get munched. How much else he got?
I'm going to be so honest, man. This does not come
It's
up often.
It's not. It's,
I can,
it's like 5 per level.
He's
or
so
something.
tiny. How does
It's
this
not
thing
a
really-
lot.
It's
he
really.
should
Hold
have
on, I've
about
got
40
a
plus
page on
resistance.
It's very small.
Yeah, it's 5 per level, so he's got
40.
40.
He's fine.
40, but he has some resistance. So.
How much resistance?
Well, it's maybe this will look better in a second. It's not a lot.
Greenie's got to be like the size of an ant on this guy.
Yeah, he's kind of just eating him. I'm pretty sure. I think he was gone. We'll see. He's a
That's
glowing little
crazy.
How much
beacon of
resistance?
magic.
It's gonna be 11, I think.
The glasses are
Is
perfect.
that not?
4th level spells,
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
Oh, it's better. It's
Is
slightly
it physical resistance or what kind of resistance is it?
to all damage.
Okay.
And immune to precision damage.
Well, I'm gonna say this does not ignore that because their bites do ignore a chunk of physical resistance, but it's all resistance.
very gracious
So I'll
of you.
say he has it. So a
Would it
53 would eat him.
You know what? I
that
I think my
resistance-
alarm's going off.
No, with that resistance, 53 would give him 1 health or 2.
Oh, for
Oh,
just real low.
You have to do
The
55.
suspense is killing me.
46.
He's fine.
46
oh my gosh.
points of piercing damage.
My sweet little
Oh,
boy.
4d6. That's
I
not
had
so
to do math in my head.
Well, he's limping your way,
So
brother.
you see him run by, and the possum whips around, and it does not provoke because it actually was not prone. It just gives itself flat-footed. Doesn't actually go to prone. So whips around and bites at Greenie, and you see your glowing little lizard beacon with these like fungal lights around him shooting off towards Stray and just launch. And then you see the possum whip its head around, and Greenie just kind of shoots out of the side of its mouth, limping and listing to weave his way back over and deliver this spell to Trey.
Oh, he's so brave. He's the bravest one
Greenie
of us all.
is alive.
Okay.
That's what matters.
Well, I will sustain your stoke the heart and thank my lucky stars and end my turn.
So Greenie is now with Trey.
Yes.
Marius.
Okay, we're gonna do what we did last time. So,
Pew, 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 pew.
yeah. So deadly aim first. 5. I don't think a 20. Synthetic 20's gonna hit.
20's not gonna hit any
All
of
right,
these
now
little
for
fellas.
the rest of them.
The rest of the arrows.
My
My man shoots many arrows.
24. That was
This is at
Big boy.
Big Boy.
yes.
24, not gonna do meaningful damage.
Okay, so 13, 25.
Nope. It's grabbed, yes. 25 will hit 'cause it was flat-footed.
All right, let's try the last one. 16 for 27.
27 will hit it too. 2 arrows land. 2 arrows from the volley
And
landing.
there's-
Mario, this is the ultimate ranger situation. Getting Stoke channeled into him, just standing up on a leaf.
There's plus 3 to each.
Plus 3
damage?
to each arrow,
Okay.
yep.
So
Stoke
That's
is
why we
nice.
put it on you.
plus
You hit many times.
7, 9, plus 12, 31.
21.
No,
21 damage and a pair of arrows. 4 arrows thudding into the big beast. 2 of them managing to actually hurt it here as we come to MD.
Second one rolled 2 ones.
I did see
Lowest
that. I
one.
saw it. I saw the snake eyes. 9 on 4d6 is a sad, sad roll.
Sad boys.
You know,
2 higher than the average of 1 arrow. Okay.
ain't broke. You don't fix it. He's also knocked prone from when I crit it with the 12. But
Oh, so he is prone. Okay, fair enough.
yeah, good. Yeah, just flailing around on the ground.
But he hasn't had a turn.
He had a
As
turn
soon as
right
he
after me.
stands up, it's going to be real
Yeah,
bad.
but okay, cool. MD's a simple man. He's gonna use simple tools. I'm gonna imagine the pick back in my hand because you know what? I don't need versatility. I just need punk.
I'm going to crit him again.
I'm
Call the
confident.
shot.
Calling the crit.
Is it a crit?
Scott.
It's about to be.
Thank you, Scott. I was gonna hold that for something else, but
Is it a crit?
it's feeling to die.
That's the
Oh.
first part of a 20.
It's
He did
nearly
the same, like,
a
almost
crit.
just dropped it.
Yeah, it's nearly a crit.
A crit of
One
sorts.
action, shift it. One action, bonk. Third action, put my back into it.
We're just mining for diamonds.
Natural one.
Oh, he's mining. It's not going anywhere.
It could die to the persistent
He's
damage.
mining. But this possum is pretty upset, and it's kind of hard to get your pickaxe past. Even the smaller one is very large. And he continues to writhe and gnash and bite.
He doesn't want to stand up.
And he is going to flip over and get up.
26.
That'll hit. And receive 1 solid
26.
stabbo.
Yeah. 13 poke.
And
Just a quick little yoink.
his reaction as
Oh,
The
it's
daisy
happening
chain.
again.
Combo meal!
you turn his attention to you. I poke him with a 10 on the die for a 28.
Hits.
It hits.
It hits.
It hits. 5, 10, 13, 19, 25, 29.
Whoa, he goes down again.
I am the combo setter.
The second big hit with the pick,
down
your pick
again.
smashes through this thing's head and it goes down again.
I think I've
Maybe
seen
it's
this film
even dead.
before.
The other one on the far side, who is
Stays
over
over.
here, just ravaging
like
into
it.
Trey, is going to continue just, biting. You're no longer grabbed by the tail. They didn't do anything to maintain the grab. So you wind your way out the tail as you're wrestling this big one, and the small one next to you is just doing its best.
I
Looking
should
for a 28 right now.
I should say at this point, because also does not come up very often, that my face familiar hex would have canceled my lay on hands hex,
Oh, it would?
right? Because I can't do 2 in the same turn.
That's a reaction. Why
Let's
can't
say
It
you?
didn't cancel. No, no, no.
This
you're
is
fine.
a note from
You're
my
good.
friend AJ. It says,
No, you're good, Sully. You can't.
"Oh, okay, then you do have the plus 2."
Familiar's face familiar's not a hex, is it?
It's a focus spell.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily.
No,
a hex.
they're separate. You're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine,
I-
you're
It
fine,
says
you're
hex on it.
You're fine. Did she cast 2 hexes?
Yeah,
Lay
you
on,
haven't
said
lay
you're
on
fine.
hands is
Whatever,
not a
you're
hex.
fine.
It would just
we're not gonna-
cancel the first. The phase
We're
familiar
not
would have
going,
been the
I'm
one
not
that
going
happened.
backwards. Trey,
Only on hands isn't a hex.
it is a 28 to hit you.
That would just connect.
He munch. He crunch.
Is that with his clumsy? Or do they use strength?
They're strengthers.
Okay.
These are strong boys. His dex is +1.
That's fair.
He's a stronger. Scott MD is down to 1, but he must have a buffer. Let all enemies suffer. Hero point. Take him.
I think I forgot to thank Link. That's why it failed. It was a natural 2 because it was a Link hero point. He tricked me. Thank you, Link.
He
by the
baited
way.
you.
The rampage.
31 points of piercing damage. That is the regular hit damage, yes. Very dice heavy, the damage rolls on the possums. And then he's going to do the same thing he did last time, where he takes a chomp, and then he takes a slomp. Okay.
This is big boy?
This is little boy.
Little boy, okay. I couldn't remember the turn order.
So, but you have your +2 AC right now.
Yes, I'm at 28 right
Okay.
33.
Oh.
now. That'll hit.
Regular hit's what we're looking for. So yeah, because you're still 2 AC down because of the armor crouch,
Yes.
everything I grabbed. 18 points of slashing damage. And he's gonna
That
try.
is just enough. I have 16.
And he slaps Trey down.
Trace is playing dead, right?
The 2, Trey is possible now. Other 3 of you make me stress checks. Hey, Trey can't go up on this one.
It's a 9.
I rolled a 3.
13.
You're all right. Some stress coming to the party here.
Only one trigger sound.
This still got 1 action left, actually. Trey is down. It's just going to stampede around the edge of the branch right over you, rushing past everyone over towards MD and Cammy. Skirting underneath this leaf. And as he pushes under it, he is big enough that he flings this whole leaf rolling upwards. Make me a reflex save, Marius.
Yay.
As he just rampages underneath.
I'm in danger.
Do I want to re-roll that? No, it's a 29.
29, you keep your feet. You're all right. This is a weird situation, but it's functionally just a really big biological trampoline with a really bad story behind it. Bad news is the boys are now back to back.
Does it take damage now?
Yeah. Those were the 2 little guys, right?
Yeah, the one that was.
Oh, that one
The
didn't
one
have
that is.
it.
I mean, roll your damage on the off chance. it's
Yeah, no,
not
I
bad.
would like to, really.
Roll the damage.
No, we insist.
Well, it's 11, if that matters.
Ooh, that's good.
No, it's actually dead.
He's still taking it if it matters.
No, it does. That's
It might.
so interesting, actually. You wouldn't think it.
Big Possum here is going to see Marius up on the leaf, and all these arrows are kind of hitting him. He doesn't really know what they are, but some of them hurt him a lot. So he puts one big paw up on the leaf, and it kind of flexes back down as though it pulls underneath. And again, sidles sideways. He's coming at you almost butt first, whipping his tail up towards you.
No.
Yes.
Probably.
23.
No.
That's
against AC.
AC,
right?
yep, it's a hit. It's a hit roll. The leaf bows, he flips, you kind of stumble a bit and go under it. And he's just going to lash it again. This tail's still just kind of flailing up the leaf, of the curling and whipping around, trying to grab at you up there. You're going to do another one.
Is it still blind?
No, this wasn't the blind one, and it was also only for one round.
Oh, man.
32.
Yeah, that'll.
Then the tail will, with a 29 to grab you. Versus your athletic, 4DC.
Fortitude DC, yeah.
Pulls you down the leaf up next to it. And you are now grabbed by the giant tail of the alpha possum. And also, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Damage is so all over the place, it's insane. Give me a persistent.
Yes.
Big boy.
Big boy
I got a
damage.
new tank
Okay.
that just entered the combat.
It's your turn.
It's not the worst I've ever seen.
It's 15.
This is 15.
It's gonna help me.
That ain't bad. He's still taking it.
Okay.
Failing a lot of these DC 15 checks. It's your turn, Cammy.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? let's go. Where to?
And you hear Nestor up top. You calling out, guys? You all right?
I was wondering where that guy was.
You told him to stay back. He's watching. He's up there on the branch.
No,
He's at
we're not.
Should I come down now?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay.
Just fireballs the party.
I don't see nothing else out here.
Yeah, no, it's just these guys. You can.
Okay,
you
I'm
should-
on my
yeah.
way.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's
hang
good.
tight.
Yeah, okay.
3 business days later.
No, I'm sorry if I offended you somehow.
No, you're. Listen, you seem really nice. Okay, I
don't
But,
think this is the time.
we can talk about
Okay, well,
it.
whatever I did, I really didn't mean it.
No,
truly.
I know. You
And
genuinely seem
he's
like
climbing down the leaf.
no, like I understand. Like you genuinely seem like a nice dude or whatever.
Okay, I know I'm not the most, I guess, socially graceful.
Oh my
You see
gosh.
fire welling up in his hand.
It does not help.
Go ahead, Kimmy.
I need to move. I don't want to be here. I'm going to try and skirt around. Oh, I need to. I need to. I'm going to. There's branch under this leaf, right?
Yes, the branch
Okay.
extends on the leaf. The leaf is kind of pressed down right now by the alpha possum standing on it. So
Yes.
up in the front, like 20 feet of the leaf, there's not really room you can go under it.
Okay.
But you can go around like behind this possum.
Yeah, I want to
He's
skirt
holding that
around
end
the
up.
possum, but staying within 30 feet of Trey. Yes,
Okay, that works.
that is just.
You're in the leaf cave.
If I could be a little further from him, I'd enjoy that. But here's what really matters: is that
You can be one square further back instead of the 30th, right?
yeah. With Stoke the Heart gone, anyways, because that was the hex
Yeah,
that
that's
would
the
have been
hex you
canceled.
couldn't do. Right.
Not so often that I'm having to do a surprise phase familiar in my turn.
And Greeny is still overstanding with Trey. And,
I get over there and go, here, boy. Here. Okay.
Scampers
good.
back over to you.
And I lance a force of healing energy. It forms a little hand so that Greeny can high-five it on his way past as a little first level heal, just enough to get you up here. The 2 action is gonna.
So please wake up
lift
special.
you. Yeah.
D8 plus 8.
Okay, 3 plus 8, so not too shabby.
Conscious is what we call that.
11.
And that brings us to Marius.
Okay. Can I try to wiggle out of the
Sure can. Acrobatics, athletics, or an unarmed attack roll for your escape attempts to get away from the tail that is currently binding you. They all do the same thing, so you can roll whichever's higher. It just flavors how you're going to do it.
If I do an unarmed attack roll, could I flavor it as biting it?
Absolutely, that was the
And
first thing that popped into my
I would-
mind for
I
a
would
ghoul
try
trying to unarm
bite
his
it
way out of a
to get it
grab.
out. Go away.
I literally said you don't bite.
I would like to bite harder. I'm gonna have to check
I'm
who
sure
gave this
you
to me.
would. Stress levels are rising.
Yeah.
The KRAVGODONs are angry.
It's tough, but
They're very
I'm not-
large.
This is like the
not
fourth.
great.
This was really fun, and then it wasn't. Fight that we've done in this.
It turns out they're pretty big, actually.
22.
22 doesn't critically fail by 1. So that does not preempt you from trying again, but escaping does have the attack trait, no matter what skill you use. So you'd be at a -5 if you want to try to escape again.
Even I think I have to.
This
Against the hunted prey, I would still have to.
it would be whatever your normal non-agile is, so I guess -3 for you probably.
If I use my claws, it has the agile trait.
But escape doesn't use your
Okay.
weapon. It just uses the roll. There's nothing agile about trying to out wrestle a
That's
possum the
There's
size
no whole
of
feet for it.
All right,
like
I'll-
3 dragons.
I have
use this
feet.
thing.
No, you do.
We'll
Yeah,
try
slippery
again.
prey.
One more time. Okay. That's a 25.
Oh,
Or
man.
that'd be with it was -5.
With -3.
-3. 27.
It's not that close either. Still, he's very large. He's got a tail. It's like a tail. It's like a regular tree trunk. Not one of these tree trunks, but like a normal, regular world tree trunk. Big, fleshy noodle wrapping around you.
We were really handing it to him like a minute ago.
One of them's dead, maybe.
This is
I have evidence that would suggest otherwise.
I am not sure what to do then if I'm not even that
You can
close to
still like
getting out.
attack and stuff. You just have your grab.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and try to just give him a little bit of a stab with my dagger.
Okay.
Since I don't really have much else.
You got quick draw, so you can just knife him. Get your clan dagger out there.
Another 15 for. So is that stacking now? Is that minus like 10 or
Well,
6?
it's yeah. It'll be minus. The clan dagger is
Agile.
agile, so -4 for you.
Okay, so then 15, 26.
Easy, my beloved. 26 will not hit. MD. Whoa, we're really feeling that +1 we don't have today, huh?
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Inspiring my courage.
Without easy, it's hard.
This isn't easy at all.
I hate everything. I'm going to.
Well, they both look fairly bloodied. The bigger one more than the smaller one.
I look fairly bloody.
Yeah, probably. So does Trey.
I have some.
Yeah,
Guys.
kind of big.
There's some very big wounds in me. I'm going to Twin Fane against this guy, using the shield as the first attack, as the shield comes out to try to distract it. Shield Bash. 15 on the die, plus 18 is 33.
Hits.
Cool. And 16 damage with the Shield Bash.
Okay.
And then
Ooh, that's a good solid hit.
with the pick, Scott told me to use this.
Help!
Help me, Scott!
The possums!
No, the 4.
The possums, Scott!
They hurt.
The chat is so sad.
KRAVGODON! KRAVGODON!
And as my final action, going to
Oh my god.
quickly hit my chest, mutter a quick word. I'm going to use a 3rd level kill as a 1 action on myself.
3d8.
I have magic. It's a really average roll.
That looks exceptionally average.
17 I
17.
got back.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Trey, you
feel
blacked
better?
out for a second, but you're on the very edge of a branch here, and you can hear the rampaging alpha possum right above you, not trying to put Marius entirely in its mouth, but you are conscious, barely.
I did
I
want to
see.
take a moment and say
Oh.
that the hero point was from Nebula 315.
Nebula 315, thank you.
So I see that happening, and I know what that does.
He's definitely
I
got
also
a
know that
grab.
these things are a little quick, so to be safe, raise shield, then stand up.
Good
Fair
call.
enough. It does not seem to turn its attention to you at all. It's currently trying to fit a
Better
dwarf in its
safe than
mouth.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
It does not have cheek pouches. It's-
Dual-handed assault.
Okay, give it a good whack.
Because that hand is still considered open.
Yeah, it's still open. You got the buckler up, but you can still stab with it.
Dual-handed
Our
assault.
damage average won't drop as long as he's up by his next turn.
And that will be 32 to hit.
32 will absolutely hit.
D8s.
Give him a stab up.
6, 8, 16, 15 damage.
15 damage.
Nice. It's good.
And with that, you guys have piled on the big one here. The big one goes
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
down.
It's enough that you're not grabbed anymore. I know he's not dead.
We'll just see about that. We're gonna run some tests in a minute here.
Small KRAVGODON is getting attacked by MD. Small KRAVGODON doesn't like that. It's not quite as big as big KRAVGODON, but it still has large hands.
You approached me.
And it's just gonna try, yeah, and you started hitting it, which is rude. So it's gonna put both its little paws out and just kind of try to grab you and just hold you against the brancher. This is just a grab.
Crab get down.
The 21
Against my fort?
against your fort DC.
Oh, well, no. No.
Do not want to let the possum grab you.
I just bow up.
He's like, nope, nope. And as that
I'm bigger.
misses, it tries its paws. It can't get a hold of you. It just kind of opens its mouth and angry bite forward now.
Put the weapon in its mouth.
21.
I put the weapon in its mouth.
Oh. We didn't know you could say no.
It just tries to slap at you now.
Put the weapon in its hand.
17.
This is a miraculous
Just put the
turn.
shield in its hand.
Absolutely, just You keep this one completely at
So
bay.
the first one says crit 19, like
while blinded.
yeah, while blinded.
This one's a toddler.
Could be below half in one round of combat.
Dice game. Like it's magical.
Like Papa Bear, Mama Bear.
Persistent
Um,
damage.
Theoretically, if it weren't dead, the other one is still taking persistent damage if you want to roll it.
Yeah, I'll just kind of casually see if you write anything down when I say 8.
Okay.
You see it twitching.
It would not end were it hypothetically still taking damage.
We're hypothetically.
We're going to be
big- oh.
doing this for weeks.
The big one is down. Cammy.
Oh, for sure.
It's
Roll your 8.
that was its
Anyway, so it's
Paranoia.
Gary's
Paranoia.
just staring down this guy, just pumping more energy, just saying, "Stay down." Then it's gonna be 14.
Okay. And as it comes around to your turn, you see a little handful of fire fly down, and it would have been thrown just at the big one because he would have come down and thrown it as this thing was starting to go down. It's not a big attack. He's limited in options for what he can do.
He's
from
got to
here.
stand next to me.
Well, he's above you. You're under
Oh,
the
okay.
leaf. He's on top of the leaf. You can't see each other. I guess you don't see this at all, honestly. Everyone else sees this little handful of fireball come down just towards the prone form of the KRAVGODON for a 30 even, which will hit. Were he still alive,
Hypothetically.
he would take another amount of damage. He would also hypothetically still be taking the persistent damage. But it is your turn.
Oh my gosh, I can't do this.
You hear him call, "Hey, these things like to play dead. Give him another couple pokes just to be sure."
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay. I'm going to kind of taking a survey of what we've got going on.
I tell you what we got going on.
It's been a
KRAVGODON are not fun. MD is again down to 1. A possum is better when it is sleeping, so a point MD is needing. That's not a rhyme, but it's close. I'll give it to you, Scott!
It all depends on how you pronounce it.
You should have said keeping.
That would be keeping sleeping.
Thanks, Scott.
Anyway, look
Critical
around. You
moment.
see a hero point come in. What else do you see?
I see a hero point come in.
What
my
is that?
This is an almighty hand of Scott. Just
The cards are.
Did I just find my patron? Is that it?
Grinny opens his mouth and pulls out a little coin and just hands it to MD.
Cammy is going to kind of lean down as I imagine producing a cane out of nowhere. Greenie is like limping back towards me. I was like, "Oh, no, you got this, little guy. This is your moment." And I'm gonna raise him above my head. Yes! Yes, you're so strong and brave! You're the biggest and bravest out of all of us! He's going to ascend out of my palms, and he is going to loose forth a huge burst of spirit energy that is going to sling towards this possum. That is going to be a will save. This is Shed Spirit.
Oh, he's an animal. He's fantastic with us.
you're gonna roll 20.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, no.
20 total.
20. Oh, 20 total.
Got him. April Fools.
I need 2 of your d6.
It's
Wrecked.
the Greenie's just like,
Oh my gosh. So 17 damage.
okay.
And as he is descending back down into my hands, as I'm holding him aloft, he's going to look towards MD and he's just gonna wink. And you're gonna get half of that in health.
You get 8. 8 health for MD. Yeah. And this blast
No way.
knocks down the third possum.
Are we done?
I don't know. What do you do?
Get him, boys.
You
You want to go up and poke it?
I just I give it a little bit of a wary glance. And then I'm going to IMD And for my last action, I will recast Stoke the Heart.
Because you can't see Marius right now. He's on top of the leaf.
I can't see him. He's up there.
Marius.
I'm no longer grabbed, correct?
No, the tail kind of dropped around you. All 3 possums appear to be dead.
I'm gonna swift leap away. I'm gonna try to go straight to the right, basically to be on the edge of the leaf.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna give the big possum a few more arrows.
And as you jump away and go to raise your bow, the tail twists and whips
Yeah,
back
okay.
out towards you again.
Well,
The
swift leap
big
doesn't trigger
one-
reactions.
No, that doesn't. It did not trigger a reaction. Your existence and he decided it's time now triggered a reaction.
Okay.
And it's actually the fact that you are shooting at him that's triggering the reaction.
Which one?
Big boy. Big alpha possum.
That a manipulate.
28 to hit.
Yes.
The tail cometh.
The tail cometh.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. The dice are all over the place on these hits. It is insane. And as it hits at you, you're enough distance, it just slaps across you. Just a big wave. It doesn't try to grab as that possum kips back to his feet and back to life. You still get your shot.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess now I'm gonna do deadly aim. It's like a little
Back
bit
to
more
his
angry.
feet.
I mean, he kind of like slumped, but he's
Okay.
like up now. He just gives himself flat-footed to pretend to be prone. He's also feigning prone, apparently.
Really good.
32?
32 will hit him.
Okay. And let's just give him a couple more.
I like that sound. That's a positive sound.
33
Hits.
and a 12 plus 12, 24.
24 does not hit.
Okay.
Got 2 hits. I got the deadly aim, and you got a regular arrow in there. And he is still really hurt. You're still taking like a lot of damage.
4, 10, 15, 17, 20.
Across both?
Yep.
Okay.
Pew tank pew.
MD. You are stoked.
I am stoked.
Before
no.
you go,
Oh.
he's going to step back into initiative now.
Cool.
Because he still
Oh.
has the rest of his round.
I'm
That's
bringing
funny.
So he's the big one now. Marius, having hopped out of range, is just going to turn back to Trey. And seeing Trey does not look fantastic, we're going to try to put Trey in his mouth.
I
The
go for
dwarf did not want to go in the mouth. What?
I'll go for the snack that's far away when there's a snack right here.
Right here. 40.
Yeah.
No, just tell him no.
You can just say
Say
no.
no.
Just say no.
Oh, you almost hit me. Yeah.
Yeah.
58 points of... 69 points of
Nice,
piercing
nice.
damage.
Nice.
Not nice. Not nice.
Well, no, that's perfectly fine because it doesn't matter what the number is. I have 11 health.
Yeah, I know.
Hit me as hard as you want.
Big
it goes to waste.
old chomp as it gets back up to it gets back to battle, whips around the tray and just grabs him and with its mouth slams him down into the bark.
Going down.
Going down
69.
to a 69. To a crit
Gosh.
with wounded 1,
I'm fine.
dying 3. I need a stress check for everybody.
I already rolled, I rolled a 12.
No, because the Mortalis coin's going to break.
So dying 2.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
No.
Dream Mortalis coins.
Yes.
Cammy,
We have
It's a 9
infinite
again.
Mortalis coins.
I rolled a 12.
12.
3.
I think you pulled mine up instead of Cammy's.
Did I?
Yeah, you
I
got
did, you're right.
So
Shut
those at home.
up, Colby.
I also
No,
picked
no,
up Kevin's instead of Marcus's.
Yeah. I was like,
So
I would
both
take
of
it
those
for
were wrong.
you if I
I
could,
know.
but
For
I'm
those
an
at
honest
home,
gamer.
a Mortalis
I
coin is an
noticed.
armor talisman that when you go down to a crit, only take 1 instead of 2 to your dying value. And then you get Die Hard for 10 minutes.
Get died
Now,
hard.
the only person currently in range of the tail is MD or Cammy. Fortunately for Cammy, she is on the underside of a leaf he is standing on, so he can't see. That's going to be MD.
Hi, that's me.
And he's just going to clamber up over the prone form of his little buddy here.
It's probably dead.
He's probably dead. He's got a much larger possum climbing over him right now, and he doesn't seem to be reacting at all. And he's going to try and give you a little bite. And he's feeling munchy today. back. Go on the dice roll. 24 to hit.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
that doesn't hit. That doesn't hit.
It's literally the same stick in mouth. You stop that.
You have your little buckler up. You did raise your shield. You have your little
I
buckler.
don't have my shield up.
Oh,
It's just
my
he's
shield.
not hitting my normal armor class.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, comes in with a follow-up.
It's a
Doesn't
reflex.
get it. Doesn't get it. Damage, please.
That's what I thought. This big guy. Alrighty, that's going to be 13.
And as he comes in
getting
stampeding
slowly
towards you,
worse.
They are
mouth open,
slowly-
he comes to try to bite and just crashes down into a heap on top of the other possum. He's dead, maybe.
Stay down.
MD.
This is
Does
the
he look-
weirdest fight we've
Does
ever
he
done.
look prone?
They always look prone.
We've
you can
won
take an action
like
to
5
seek.
times.
I swing my pick on the small one that just went down.
You're surrounded by KRAVGODON.
Yeah, I am.
You're in Fort Possum right
One
now.
to the south of me.
You can't even
Remember,
see
you're
the
stoked.
party. It's just
I am. Yeah.
supposedly dead possums all
Yep,
around you.
This one's supposedly dead. The one to my south.
It's still bumping in here.
Hi, Scott. Thanks.
Scott.
I'm really gonna keep using them as you give them to me. 19 on the die plus 18 is a 35 against its flat-footed because you said it's prone.
That would it's not. Well, even if
flat.
it's not prone, it's still flat-footed because it's not gonna try to dodge you. So it absolutely crits.
With a pick.
MD. What happens?
Oh my
They're
gosh!
dead,
Finally.
They're
Roll
dead.
the
Dead.
damage.
What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Roll the damage.
You roll?
No, this. I mean, there's no way you don't
That doesn't mean it
kill
can't
it,
roll the
but
big
roll
numbers.
the damage.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I like
some-
rolling big numbers.
I'm sure your big crit kills it.
10,
It has
20,
24 health.
25, 50,
Yeah.
56, 59.
I was gonna say it's got 24 health. There's no way it's living through a flat-footed
save this.
MD pickaxe rogue crit.
We'll save this for a later date. Oh, it's not a 20. I keep thinking it's a 20
I
every time.
tanked.
You did it.
You
As in,
still-
literally.
Trey is still on the ground.
That's the sound of me running.
You got a full
The
round.
Cambulance
The Campbell.
quickly scurries over to pick
You just have a flashlight flicking it on and off.
to
That's
pick
fine.
Trey up and make sure
Oh gosh.
he's gonna be okay.
Okay,
As Nestor throws another couple of handfuls of fire, for good measure, into the KRAVGODON mountain. I'm sure MD also on the backside, just mining away for a bit here.
Technically speaking, I'm going to stabilize him because I am fresh out of focus points and
Uh-oh.
heals. But I'm going to stabilize him. But I believe I still have the magic wand, the wand of
we all
healing.
have we all have a minor healing potion that I bought us. The
That too.
1d6.
I've got the wand of healing though for today, so I'm going to do that one because that one's.
I bought everybody band-aids
Yes.
for this exact reason, in
And
case
as
you go
you-
down.
So that's going to be 2 + 8.
Pull out the wand, throw a little bit of health into Trey just to wake him up. You start to hear more sounds
Oh, for
from the
pity's
branch
sake.
around you.
Zoo.
KRAVGODON.
Oh, okay, never mind.
KRAVGODON.
So I get to wake up to hearing the chanting.
You wake up
This is
to
exactly how I woke up.
You Weird how this keeps happening. You wake up to the chants
Add a nickel
of
every time.
KRAVGODON as out of the woodwork, out of every nook and cranny, from under every leaf, around the edge of every branch, Zoogs start to emerge.
Marius is definitely freaking out. I don't really know.
You have not seen these before. At all, actually. You didn't see them in the asylum either. They are strange little blue and green rodent things, but their nose is surrounded by tentacles. Like a star-nosed mole, but they're
Yeah.
much longer. And they kind of wave and wind as these tiny rats, all in scratchy voices, chant, KRAVGODON! 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 As they just kind of emerge from everywhere. There are much less of them than there were before. Maybe only a couple dozen instead of hundreds of the things. Clearly, they did not all follow you to the KRAVGODON hunting grounds, but many did.
I was wondering how we were going to carry it back.
I raised
That
Greenie
does
over.
not seem like it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I see the most of you like reacting positively to these.
Yeah.
to them all showing
Indifferent.
up. Okay.
They have the pard tail.
Yeah.
Nestor
part-
just kind of looks around. Well, I guess these little fellas are following us the whole time.
they're gonna-
Most likely.
All right then.
Well, and as Drake's got pulling himself up, barely alive, I imagine MD is fairly bloodied. Marius is a little hurt.
A little hurty.
Several of these Zoogs are coming out one at a time with small objects in their hands and laying them at your feet and then going back into the line.
Oh.
They're forming a little pile of offerings. There is an acorn the size of a fist. There is what looks like one half of a bright purple caterpillar. There is a strange little curved, translucent, almost like a seashell that gets dropped. There are several various rocks of no particular significance that you can immediately determine. They just keep bringing tiny little offerings and dropping them in front of you. And you see one Zoog slowly make his way out to the front of the crowd and put up his little paws.
That's Chief Zoo.
And the chanting stops.
He's a leader.
The KRAVGODON have fallen. Today, we will feast.
Yeah!
And probably tomorrow, because this is too much to eat in one day. And maybe, perhaps even, the next day or the one after that.
Yeah! And there are cheers. Weird, growling cheers throughout the horde of Zoog that are surrounding you.
We had made deal with champions of the woods. Not you. And not you.
And he points at Nestor also.
No.
Zoog do not know you. There was one more. We assume he was eaten by KRAVGODON and Zoog are sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it is
Yes.
okay, because now we have meat.
Yeah, it's okay. It's perfectly fine.
This was good trade. One easy for one. What was it easy wanted again?
Hard tell.
That's
Pard tails. Remembered was useless. Did not remember what.
is highly ironic now.
You got any pard bones you want to hand
turns
over
back
to?
To the crowd and in motions.
Bring forth the stones of the ancestor spirits. And somebody grab a pard tail.
That's my favorite.
He turns back around and just sits like this, staring at you. Just waiting. There is silence among the zoo. Nestor kind of looks a little uncomfortable.
Don't say a word.
No.
This means silence.
Are they gonna...
This is riveting content.
We're
I
waiting.
mean, have you heard the background music?
It's
We're
pretty
just
banging.
waiting
There's
on
actually a
magical
Zoog band
ones.
just back
Jungle
there
beats are banging. They're just
one little
clapping
bit
some
that's
rocks
still
together.
going.
There's a guy with some little sticks and a wind chime sounds. This is actual Zoog music. They have their royal band playing for their chief behind him. There's little Zoogs with multicolored bits of leaves like little flag bearers just kind of standing around
This is
him.
all canon now.
None of the leaves match.
He waits. Eventually, another Zoog rustles forward with a small, what looks like a humongous blade of grass folded around something that he's just dragging across the wood behind him. It's not very large. The Zoog just does not seem like he's very strong.
He's like, Cammy.
He gets it up in front
What?
of the chieftain and drops it.
His pants stones.
And turns and scampers back. And there, as the grass unfolds, you see 3 little carved rocks. They just look like rocks with some scribbles kind of drawn across and around them. They are, one is egg-shaped, one is fairly flat, be kind of good for skipping across a river. One is very squarish, and they just have these designs across them.
These rocks have been imbued with the spirits of our ancestors. They are here to witness our feast and our victory over our long-standing foes of the KRAVGODON that we found out about last week.
I'm assuming you don't have a very long lifespan.
Zoog live for eons. Our generations are incalculable. In fact, I have been alive for almost
14 hours.
It turns out
Do not
everything's
have
incalculable when you
good-
can't calcul.
How is amounts of time that pass?
If it feels big, it is big.
If it feels small, it is
Then
small.
I am big indeed.
Yeah.
And take our stones. We have lots of them. These ones are for you, in honor of your victory. And Pardtail is somewhere. It will be here, probably.
I love
Zoog does
stones.
not get lost on our way to den of many scraps and other useless things. It will arrive. You may have to wait some time,
3 to 5
but
days.
until then, we feast on the flesh of the fallen. KRAVGODON specifically, not your EZ, wherever he is. If he is found in stomach, he is not food. He is honored sacrifice. And then maybe food if we are still hungry.
It's incredibly generous.
Oh, again, they all start chanting,
KRAVGODON! KRAVGODON! KRAVGODON!
echoing through the trees as the Zoogs start to gather around the hilariously enormous bodies of the fallen KRAVGODONs. Several hundreds of Zoogs-sized KRAVGODONs,
Several
possibly into thousands even, maybe. They are gonna be here for a while.
At least a day.
And they are not efficient at butchering and preparing these bodies, though they are very strangely ritualistic. That just seems to kind of make the process go a lot slower, and if there was any actual reason or logic or reverence behind it other than it just seems like it feels like something they should be doing, random pauses and bowing and errant knife swings, you can't find any system to it.
Can I go out of my way to show them the bone juice?
Do you want to break a bone in half and show them
Yeah.
the marrow?
I'll show them that there's juice in the bones. Because they said it was heresy. It says it's not real.
With a KRAVGODON bone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
I
pull a
will
bone
ask
out.
if I can.
Some things are better left unknown. And we'll let this insult slide a second time. Because of what you have done for Zoog people. And Easy's seem nice, and Zoog kind of like you. But not a third.
Not a third.
Gammy, you would notice that while at first these ancestor stones seem to be the same useless garbage that was laying at your feet when all the Zoogs first arrived, they are actually magical.
Oh my gosh.
There is actually
Let me
something
see the
here
stones.
with the ancestor stones. You can just roll this one. Give
Okay.
me your cultism will work.
Yes.
She's good
Music
at
to
that.
my ears, dude.
Easy's not here. There's no music.
17 on the die is going to be a 35.
So with
Critical
35,
failure.
you would determine that you're pretty confident the Zoogs don't even know what these are. But them calling them
That
the
would not take a
ancestor-
high roll.
But them calling them the ancestor stones, claiming it's something about the spirits of their forebears, indicates that at some level they know something about what these are, because they do have that kind of a connection. But it's less reverent and more direct and blunt than that. The designs, the engrams wrapped around these stones are actually runes. All 3 of them. These are, if you could translate them onto a weapon, which would take some work but is doable, the magic is still in the stones. These are 3 ghost touch runes.
No thanks. I couldn't possibly take any more.
Gee, I wonder what that means that we'll be fighting soon.
You know, I don't feel like I need to explain what a ghost touch rune does, but on the off chance I do, it's a property rune that will make a weapon completely ignore the incorporeal damage resistance. It will strike them as if they were flesh and blood.
I thought it would let you lay on hands on a ghost.
You can already do that.
Oh.
Yeah, you can lay on hands on dead.
Now, what's really funny,
It's like this. No,
you get hand wraps and mighty blows, and then put a ghost touch rune in it, and then you can
You can
wrestle
grab
ghosts.
Yeah, you can grab ghosts
Because your body is considered.
It makes it basically the thing that's applied to is it can interact with ghosts like they're corporeal. So your weapon will hit. You will actually feel it strike. It will hit them like they were physical. You will have normal blows. They are still specters, so it doesn't let you overcome things like the fact that they ignore persistent damage because they still don't have weak points. Precision damage. Sorry. They still don't have weak points for you to hit. But you wouldn't be getting your damage massively reduced every time you whack them, so that's...
I get my damage massively reduced with precision damage resistance. Like,
as much. No, you wouldn't get your damage massively reduced as much. But beyond that, after what feels like an eternity of watching these idiots swarm around the KRAVGODONs trying to do anything, eventually one lone Zoog would arrive in the distance, dragging a tail behind it with mottled, multicolored fur. It's a surprisingly long tail, probably 2.5 feet, and seems to have very little actual substance to the bones or the meat of it. It is mostly just fluff. It's fairly dingy, like it's been discarded in the heap of trash and things that are not useful anymore. But it is presented to you with no real pomp or circumstance, because the Zoogs clearly think it is garbage. But from everything that you have studied, that sure fits the description of a parted tail.
How big is it?
I guess that's like 2.5 feet long.
it's
I
almost as
stick it
big
in
as
my
you.
hair.
Could certainly do that.
Yes.
It's like 2/3 your length.
Nestor is
It's gonna
still...
make me look too dignified.
It doesn't.
That's rude.
Well, I've been looking around a bit here. I mean, the fact that these creatures are still here kind of didn't bode well for us finding Kelvetta anyway, but I don't see any signs of her or a hunting party passing through here. I'm afraid this is a dead end for me, unfortunately, but hey, glad I could help at least a little bit, and that was worth a shot.
Oh,
Well, what are you folk gonna do now?
wake up.
It's fair.
We got what we wanted, so
I guess I'm gonna keep looking for what I'm after then. Yeah, well, again, thanks for the backup. Appreciate the help.
No.
I know I'm not actually gonna die here if something were to happen, but
it's
from what I hear, it's
not a
almost
pleasant
as bad.
experience.
Oh, trust me,
Our friend DZ could tell you all about it.
You sure he's okay?
Oh, he's peachy, I'm sure. Man hasn't died yet. It's a miracle.
I'm definitely not an expert of the Dreamlands. I've only been here a handful of times. This isn't magic we try to mess with whenever we don't have to. But Desna's realm is, well, it's something we're not really supposed to be playing in. Well, that's why I've got to stop. That's why I got to chase Kelvetta down. Get her and the Hell Knights out of here. But, hey, that ain't your problem. Now, best of luck with, whatever it is that you folk are doing. And, well,
Sweet dreams.
I'll see you down the river. I'll see you down the river.
Really do appreciate your help.
Yeah. Hey, if you come and die down by Taldor, like you say, hey, maybe I'll see you.
See you down the river sounds like a phrase of saying see you in the afterlife.
Well, hopefully not.
Either way, it's pleasant dreams.
And with a little smile, he turns and kind of makes his way back off just in a direction, still looking for any kind of trail of his quarry.
Now that we've gotten
weird, dude.
the
Maybe it
things,
was a strange
I want to kind of very carefully respecting the Zoog's actions because I didn't know them. I want to try to see if I can get a little bite of the Zoogs too. A little snack,
Of the what?
A little snack for the.
You want a little crab? You want a little
Yeah.
crab? Okay.
A little for the road, you know.
Well, snacky snack.
The Zoogs
A
would
fillet.
The Zoogs would look at you. Okay, but they would summon the chieftain, who would come over.
You wish to partake?
The celebration. I helped.
Okay.
Thank you.
Easy.
After all, Easy is responsible for felling the beast. And while normally the Zoog would not see fit to share their kill, it is not technically their kill, even though it was done in the name of Zoog and for the strong and independent and powerful and mighty Zoog people. It was done technically by you. So,
Friend of Zoog.
friends of Zoog. A strong alliance for the future of our tribes, the Zoog and the Easy. This forest will be ruled, and all within will be delicious food.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
See you in 1,000
Thank you,
years.
And he kind of bows his head, and the Zoog sort of makes some space for you to get in there. They have some KRAVGODON haunch. There's some
Crab Rangoon.
some crab rangoon.
Tastes like
Some-
imitation crab.
Oh my god.
right, then.
What does it taste like, Marius? What's KRAVGODON taste like?
You ever eat a possum before you pick them up off the side of the road?
Yeah, a little gamey. I'm imagining it's more dark meat, a little on the greasier side. No,
Nice, fair.
a little earthy.
Some earthy undertones. Tastes a little bit like hints of trash coming through.
I'm thinking it's probably tough.
I mean, considering
It's been
that-
fairly tenderized, at least.
Ah.
Parts of it are even slightly cooked from all the various little fireballs.
considering that these
Oh, some of the little
subsist off of bark, I would imagine it has a very woody taste.
Probably. Well, you know, they
Tastes
don't,
like maple.
you're not sure they were eating the mark.
yeah.
Like smoked meat.
Tastes like disease.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tastes like a fortitude save, baby. No, you're fine.
But you're not.
But you take a they let you in there. You get some KRAVGODON meat. You have your pard tail, and you have some runes. You have gained much in the enchanted wood here.
And now,
And the first of the items on your list. All that is left now is to awaken. With no threat of danger or anything, it is a simple enough task to close your eyes and simply focus. It's odd, almost, that the actions you go through to wake yourself from the dreaming world almost feel like going to sleep. You close your eyes, you try to focus, and you just try to drift away, back to another realm, and before you know it, you're waking up the following morning aboard the Sullen Starling. As you awaken, you do see Easy nestled in his bunk. Reese's still awake before any of you, actually. Going through some of the tomes that you'd taken from the Lyle's estate, and she looks around and notices the other of you awake. What happened this time? I didn't wake him up this time, if that's what you're thinking. I had nothing to do with this.
oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. I thought you got a little worried and got a little scared.
No, I didn't have anything. He woke up screaming. It's a bloody murder. Have you know, Skywin wasn't very pleased with it, but
Nothing crazy this time.
I think that's just going to be normal for him now. We found funny little rat creatures. You want to see a picture of one?
I'll admit I'm curious at the very least.
I'll draw one from memory.
She'll sit and watch you draw a Zoog. As here in the waking world, you've no magical stones. You've no pard tail.
I still have my Mortalis coin.
Your Mortalis coin is back.
Oh, man.
Potion
Infinite
is back.
Mortalis coins, which you can be
It
wearing
does
too.
seem
It's
that
true.
anything you take there that you use is still here with you in the waking world.
I do have like 4
The
of
question of whether it will be back when you return to the dream is one we'll have to find out the next time we conduct the ritual. But one step on the road. Blue and purple mottled fur tail. One of 7 gifts the Count Lowells had gathered as offerings when last he met the mad poet and sacrificed all of your memories. That's going to be it for us today, everybody. Thank you for hanging out.
We did it.
Thank you for being here. The KRAVGODONs have been slain. Before you go, if you want some more content, well, I got 2 great places to get that. First is Wednesday, right here, still on twitch.tv/UGT show, because we have our space game. We got Funny He Who Space Game. Starfinder, maybe you heard of it. Secrets Between the Stars, maybe you know about them. These 2, yeah, that. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of way too much cheek pouch activity.
It was really sad that we had
There's trash compactors.
we had our little rat guys go off to the scrap heap, and we didn't have our secrets little rat guy.
Yeah,
goes
we
off to the scrap
were
heap.
missing all the cross. Last week we had a ranger on Strange Aeons miss fights with exclusively flying concealed enemies.
Yes.
We had our flying holy athletics man miss about 1,000 problems that could have been solved by any of those 3 things. And now we've had crossing the streams. The Starfinder rat not here for the send-off of his people here in Strange Aeons. It's unfortunate.
the episode of missing a bunch by 1.
And the
And
episode,
the episode
several
of missing
things
a bunch
missing
by
by 1. Could have used a little bit of inspired courage on that one for sure.
We
But hey,
truly
you
were
don't
off by
realize-
1.
Oh.
We made it through.
Don't realize the value of Kevin until Kevin's not here.
Amen.
I
I've
realize
always
it's value all the
realized the
time.
value
Yeah,
of
I
Kevin. You
always- you're right.
speak for yourself, sir. Don't you put those words in my mouth.
Misspoke. You get so used to him when he's gone. The whole big.
If you want even more than that, we have both a Patreon and a Ko-fi, where for $5 a month, you can help support the show directly and also get access to all of our bonus content. That is post shows that we're going to record here in like 2 minutes that we do after every one of our episodes. I promise it's every one of them. Sometimes there's minor technical issues in the recording and we don't get one, but we did it. We were here. We recorded it. Just nobody gets to see it. It happened one time. And
It's a good post show.
it was a
too.
pretty good post show too, and I'm kind of sad about it. But there's plenty more. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll see you all next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Specifically Pacific.
Specific time.
Specifically.
Stay safe.
Specific.
Stay safe.